Hey guys, welcome to Spooky Month. This October I'm going to be playing twice as many games, all spooky Halloween themed. Okay, so we're going to be playing Witches and Warlocks. I've never played this game, so I don't know what to create your own witch. So I can go with a feminine or masculine.
Let me try.
Let me try. Let me try.
Let me
I guess
try.
I'll go with the second one. I think that's all I can change. Let's go!
It's love, love, love.
Another flawless night. Once again, love is triumph. Thanks for all the weeks and dedication, hard work of yours truly, the uncomparable, the only in the Jack Nightshade.
Da-dee-da.
Tonight, two souls who had been searching for their entire afterlives for each other have found each other at last. Tonight, two hearts and used to be lonely are beating as one. All thanks to me.
The best matchmaker in Twimamere High.
The only match.
The only one.
Oh, this is Zero. The only matchmaker in Dreamward High. A blue-skinned apparition steps out of the walls right in front of me. He's a ghost? I jump back and lose my balance and nearly fall over.
What's the matter?
I have.
Oh yeah.
I never would have guessed. The apparition hovering a few inches above the pavement is Zero, my poltergeist classmate and childhood friend. I snicker above his obvious jab. He has quite the natural-born talent for it. You're looking as strict and frowny and scary as ever, Zero. Where have you been? I was waiting all night.
Smile for me.
Why don't you smile more often? You look sweeter than candy corn when you smile. Looks like Zero won't be showing me that sweet smile of his tonight.
Anyway.
I have actually been busy on a very important errand.
Yeah, right.
You were just matchmaking again.
Of course.
Of course I was out matchmaking. When evil
Don't you know?
When evil comes knocking, whether due to external forces or certain summoning incidents in the lab, we are not going to be bringing that up the 100th time, Zero.
I must do it.
I must quell on the beast by finding its one true love. After all, I am the one and only. Best matchmaker in Dwimmere High? Again, dum-dum. You're the only matchmaker in Dwimmere High.
Naturally.
Naturally, I'm superb at matchmaking. No one will dare compete against me, wonderful me. Zero brings his hands together slowly and horribly in 1, 2, 3 sarcastic caps.
So?
Maybe one inquire if the one and only Jack Nightshade found any time between helping his undead find love and romancing evil spirits to study for his exams.
Yeah.
Exams.
Of course.
Of course I have, silly.
Yes.
They are promptly bookmarked in my calendar.
Well,
I haven't had the time to really buckle down with a good witch's brew and a spellbook. But I will.
Ha ha ha.
Folding his arms, Zero smirks at me with a rather sardonic glint in his eyes.
Ray, tell me.
Does the uncomparable Jack Nightshade think his exams are?
Huh?
Isn't it Halloween? I'm sure I'll have more time than you think.
Wait.
When do you think is Halloween?
well,
Halloween is the most important day in Witch's calendar. However, these days I've been busy with matchmaking a certain evil spirit. Every day Seems just like any other. I cannot say for certain the last time I looked at my day planner, but I couldn't have been that long ago.
Maybe.
Halloween is in 2 months, maybe 3, or maybe...
Halloween is next week.
What?
I don't know which is more terrifying, the way Zero is glowering or what he just shouted.
No way.
Next week?
Yes.
Halloween?
Really?
I cannot believe.
I cannot believe you forgot your exams, much less Halloween.
But...
Zero, a lot has happened since the start of the semester, and you know my memory has a tendency to be fickle.
Don't you know?
On the first week I almost got tangled up in a mistaken identity crisis with a corpse bride. Thankfully he was understanding once I matched him up with the undead body of his dreams.
And then...
Not long after, an evil spirit teen tried to banish me for getting his mom a hot date. And then must I mention a certain summoning incident in the lab that is still not up for discussion. Zero sighs, but exaggerates, shake of his head.
It isn't.
Your memory isn't bad, it's selective. I throw up my hands and surrender at his comment. Nothing I said was going to break down his walls when he gets like this.
I don't
even know what the exams are about.
So...
Exams will be a series of magical obstacles. Courses. You need to use the magic spells you were supposed to have learnt this year too. Spells? You mean like the glow spell?
Yes.
I remember...
I remember Miss Magnus cast glow in her first class. The demonstration was absolutely dazzling.
Yes.
About the exams.
Yeah!
Maybe I can cast it too. The dazzle, the examiner, the passing me. The wonderful matchmaker of Dormhair High, yeah.
Let me try.
How did she do it? Let me try glow. I wave my hands grandly, the way I remember Miss Magwitch doing.
Glow!
Light, come on, glow. Not a glimmer.
What?
Zero, care to give me a hint as why I can't cast glow?
Because...
Because you're a witch. Only true sorcerers can cast spells, purely by magic. Witches like yourself must use potions to cast spells. Oh.
I cannot believe...
This is basic knowledge. Have you slept through classes the whole semester? I sleepishly grin spreads across my face before I can stop it. Maybe. I've been staying up pretty late.
May I remind you?
Unless you study properly, from now on you're going to fail your exams and expelled for being a witch who can't cast a single spell.
Really?
Will they really expel me just because I can't cast a single spell? Zero's looking at me with the horrible way of his again.
Think about it.
You'd be the one and only witch in the entire history of Dunro High to be unable to cast such a single spell. Being expelled is far from it. Is far from far-fetched. Think about that for a moment.
Help me!
Zero, help me. Teach me to be a spellcasting witch.
Let me think.
No.
May I remind you?
They talking disturbs me from saying things. Every night for the past 3 months, between all the ghouling around and excessive matchmaking, I kept warning you about preparing for exams. But did you ever listen? But Zero, you try to listen to anything while being excessively haunted by an evil spirit.
You said so.
You said the spirit summoning incident was not up for discussion.
Did you?
So did you ever listen to me? I'm sorry, I guess not.
I'm sorry.
Don't.
Don't use those puppy dog eyes on me. They won't work this time.
What?
But you're the only one in the world who can save me, Zero. You're so cool and knowledgeable and I know you're always looking out for me.
Save your flattery.
I let my shoulders drop.
I understand.
After all, you've done so much already.
I'll work hard.
I'm going to study really hard. harder than ever these next 7 days. And if it still isn't enough, then we'll see each other after I'm expelled next week. Then I'll miss you, Zero, my dearest friend. I give Zero a little sad smile and then turn to limp practically away. 3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Zero.
I guess I have no other choice but to help you once more. But don't count on it happening again.
Thank you.
Really you will? Thanks, Zero. I spin exuberantly, celebrating my little victory, and throw my arms around him. They slip through him as usual.
Hey!
Quit it! You take me ages to reform myself if I get disintegrated too close to dawn. Sorry, I'm just so happy I can't help it. You're the best, Zero.
Stop.
I said stop. There isn't much time before the daybreak, and you need all you help you can get.
Pay attention.
Now pay attention. I'm only going to explain spellcasting and potions for witches just this once. Oh. Your day is divided into 3 segments. Early dawn, crimson dusk, and witching hour. Okay. What? Make potions, buy potions, part-time job, learn spell. Make potions, learn spells, part-time job will advance your time to the next... Okay.
Ah,
Dawn is coming.
dawn is coming.
What's the matter?
What's the matter?
You look imperial and fragile now, as if the slightest wind could whisk you away.
Because
Because the sun is nearly up.
that's how it is.
That's how it is for poltergeists like me, doomed for life to only walk the night.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping me tonight, and well, for everything.
Work hard and do your best.
I, for one, would prefer it if you didn't get yourself expelled, if that makes a difference. If it isn't for how transparent he has come, I could almost swear his cheeks are a tinge brighter than before. Silently smiling is elusive. Sweet smile Zero fades away from the onset of day.
I will.
I will, Zero, I promise. I will work hard, pass the Halloween exam, and make you proud of me. I will. The windows of my house are brightly lit, and when I try the door, it swings inward with ease. Which means...
Damion!
Damion, I'm home.
Welcome home.
Oh, Damien's cute. Welcome home, Jack. I hear the housemate Damion shuffling around the staircase, welcoming me with their shy smile.
Help me!
Damion, help me. Oh? Tonight didn't go well? The worst tonight was just dreadful. I can't try, but I don't know if I... You see, matchmaking isn't my forte, and, you never needed any help before.
Oh.
Not matchmaking, of course. I don't need any help with matchmaking.
The best matchmaker in Twimamere High.
I tend to keep it that way. Then,
Well,
studying. I give myself a fright thinking about the possibility that I might be expelled from school. Don't you know the exams are on Halloween, which happens to be next week?
Of course.
Of course I do. Everyone does. Hang on. Jack, don't tell me you just found out. I look at them teary-eyed. Oh dear. This isn't the most opportune moment to ask Damion must be busy with their own studies too. But I gave Zero a promise, and I intend to do everything I can keep it. And study together is more fun anyway.
Damion!
Damion, the most dependable and studious friend I have, you're my only hope. My housemate looks embarrassed yet happy at the same time, and that's how I knew I headed them exactly where I wanted them.
Really?
Really? I am?
You see...
If I crammed these books all by myself, I'd probably end up setting them on fire and catch fire myself, then die miserably.
Please!
You've gotta help save me from the ultimate demise, please? Damion hesitates, but only for a second before nodding, just as I knew they would. I'll try and do what I can to help you. Thanks so much. Without a moment's notice, I fling my arms around in a big cheerful hug.
Be careful.
Careful, I'm not finished assembling the parts. I jump away at once, careful not to bump off a limb or two. You're already doing maintenance again?
Yes.
Yes, my previous arms were falling off, and one of the knees started creaking, so I had to buy new parts from the human shop. So that's where you've been. Did you... So that's why I couldn't talk to you into coming tonight's matchmaking party.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard the human shop was running a sale, and since I needed to replace my body parts anyway... A sale? Better have been a good one then. They gave me a soft burning knot. The human shop is selling everything at a discount, from body parts to potions. Potions?
Right.
I snapped my fingers with both hands as my next step of the master plan for passing my exam finally falls into place.
I remember.
That reminds me, I should go to the human shop to buy potions. I'm all out. I can't cast any spells without them.
All right.
That's a good idea, Jack. But are you sure you can afford to?
Why?
Whatever do you mean? Aren't you kind of, broke? Oh, well,
You're right.
you've already spent your allowance on hosting matchmaking parties, right?
Yes.
Yep, the evil spirit only wanted the most fancy stuff, and wouldn't give me any rest unless I complied.
How?
Wait, how do you know that?
Well...
Because yesterday you had to borrow money from me for lunch. And a little extra for a light snack.
I forgot.
Oops, I forgot. Oh, this is bad, really bad. Even if I do learn enough spells to pass the Halloween exams, I won't do me a lick of good if I don't have potions I need to cast them. And there's no way I have enough time to concoct all these potions I will need for charming spells simultaneously. There has to be another. Jack, listen, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Maybe.
If you need to earn money to buy potions, maybe you can, try asking Mr. West at the human shop for a part-time job? Are they hiring? I heard Mr. West needs more hands. They're attracted to living bodies. I mean, to help out because of the big consignment of corpses in the shop received. And with every busy studying, I think that you'll have a good shot at getting a job there. If you want it, that is.
Perfect.
Perfect, I'll have there at once. After you wake up tomorrow. The sudden shift of tone took me by surprise. To say the least, I put on a good pouty face. But,
No.
go to bed, you look exhausted. No. Go to bed, you look exhausted. You need to keep rest. But, I'm serious.
No. You see...
If you won't go to bed now, I'm going to help. But that's such a surprising and assertive threat coming from you. I do what I need to. Alright, I know you mean the best for me. Heading to bed will be my lead day. I take an exaggerated bow and Damion laughs softly but doesn't leave their spot until I have gone all the way up the stairs into my bedroom. Maybe Damien's right. I'm way too sleepy now for applying for part-time jobs if I actually want to end up getting tired. And my bed looks so soft and warm and inviting. My eyelids suddenly feel like a ton of bricks. Tomorrow I will work really hard. Darkness takes gently into a sweet embrace. 8 hours of uninterrupted beauty sleep is the most magical spell in the world. I went to bed last night feeling like a lobotomized zombie with a head stuffed full of decomposing brain matter. This morning I stretched my arms fully erected as a lively and youthful matchmaking genius.
The incomparable. The one and only.
I sing haughtily as I bounce down the stairs. Good morning, Jack. You look energetic.
Yeah.
I am energetic. That's why I feel like I can take on anyone and anything.
Excellent.
Even Mr. West at the human shop? Huh? Aren't you applying for a job at the human shop today? Since you're broke and need money to buy potions, which you need to cast... Oh. Since you're broke and need money to buy potions, which is you need to cast spells, which you need to pass exams. Oh, no wonder I'm in a good mood. I forgot all about exams and potions and casting spells and being broke. Now that I remember, I count each little terrible to-do list item on my finger, and my cherry good mood evaporates like the finest mist of the morning sun.
See you later.
I'm late, I have to hurry, see you later.
Yes.
Good luck. I hear Damion call softly behind me as I dash out the house. Good luck, I'm gonna need it. Ding ding ding. The cracked antique bell chimes eerily as I push open the creaky door. Their shop is as empty and silent as an open grave, which means it isn't open yet. Probably. It looks like I made it just in time.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my.
My, what do we have here? A kitty just happened into my parlor. Behind the shop counter stands a little girl. Her chin is the edge of her palm. She is eyeing me up and down as a spider would particularly delectable fly.
Herbie!
Produce just arrived, and still the fresh being alive and all. Her voice echoed lightly through the shop, and from somewhere upstairs an unseen voice hollered back. I'm busy, Carmilla. Butcher it yourself. Butcher? Wait,
No way.
I'm not produce. Really?
Mm-hmm.
She tilts her head pointedly to the side with an oddly dubious regard.
But
Are you quite certain? You look a lot like produce to me.
Oh.
I am no mere human.
The incomparable. The one and only.
Nightshade, huh? So you're a witch?
You know it.
Yeah.
Then why haven't I seen you in school before? You go to school? You go to Damion High School too?
Huh?
If you really were a student, you'd know that much without asking. Strange. I thought I had invited everyone to my matchmaking parties at least once.
Oh.
Matchmaking? Oh, you're that Nightshade. The charming girl straightens up and dazzles me with her professional, funny smile.
Welcome.
Hello there, my name's Carmilla. How may I assist you today? You see, I'm looking for a job.
Huh?
Now, if you're a witch, you should know you have exams in 1 week's time.
For the last time.
For the last time I am a witch.
Well,
And I know I have exams in a week, but I'm kinda really broke. Those gaudy matchmaking sorors cost a pretty penny,
yes.
which means I can't afford to buy potions. Which means you can't cast spells. Which means I won't be able to pass my exams even if I know how to cast spell.
Huh?
Even though. Which
Oh.
means I watch her swiftly calculate my unfortunate circumstance.
And so,
You'd be the first witch ever to be expelled from Damion High for not being able to cast a single spell.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, exactly I don't want to be.
now,
Once I understand your trials and tribulations, I can't help you.
Why?
Why? See, Mr. West, the proprietor of the human shop, already has someone to run the store for him, and you're looking right at her. But I need money. Who
yes.
doesn't? At this point, I'm a tad desperate to blurt out the first idea that comes to my mind.
Maybe.
Could I maybe work for you? For me? Both her eyebrows raised in interest.
Yes.
Yes, someone as talented and clever as you shouldn't be working for others. You should have others working for you instead.
Wait,
You mean as a manager?
You see.
Not simply a manager. Think bigger. Supervisor, director, visionary leader.
you're right.
True, I do belong in an ancient and distinguished noble family.
Yes.
The common people should serve me, not the other way around. And I can't believe the proprietor is making a girl as beautiful as you stand behind a counter all the time.
Right?
Right? I'm wasting away behind this silly table, aren't I?
Naturally.
Definitely.
You see.
With your brains and looks, the proprietor has you out and about charming the customers. I bet the turnover of the human shop will increase tenfold.
Huh?
Only tenfold?
Of course.
100-fold.
I like it.
You make excellent points. I like the way you think.
Yeah.
See, it would be quite useful to have working for what? I would quite be useful to have working for you. to be working for you.
Please.
Put in a good word for me for the proprietor, please. I'll try. No guarantees. She winked. Herbie, today Produce wants to work for me and I like him, can he? What? Work for you? Please? God. Her voice is suddenly sugary sweet and I feel like a diabetic going into a cardiac arrest just listening to it. Alright.
And so...
Which means you have to pay him a salary and all. Oh, alright. And that means you also have to give me a raise. Excuse me? Because I'm his supervisor now, aren't I? You can't pay me the same as him. Wait, what? Alright. Carmilla turns back to me and her hair bouncing lightly against her shoulder. She clasps her hands together dramatically.
Congratulations!
Congratulations on your new job. Amazing.
Amazing.
Was it magic? Of course.
Of course.
Vampiric magic, put simply, is my own brand. A David's little notion strikes me. How did you become so impossibly good at it? Oh, practice. Always makes perfect, you know.
I'm sure.
You're being way too modest for sure. She put her lips on the back of her index finger. Maybe I am. There's a lot of talent involved too, naturally.
Can you teach me?
Can you even teach it to a witch like me?
Of course.
Of course I can, if I wanted to. Why would you want to learn it anyway?
Well...
Okay, it might be as well asking for a raise. I mean,
Yes.
just for the sake of my own Halloween exams.
Carmilla!
I've never been so grateful, Carmilla. After all, you're the only vampire in the world who is intelligent enough to teach me the magic in just a week, please. She considers me thoughtfully tapping the tip of her chin before pausing to give me her final word.
Oh, alright.
Alright, it could be you may have some kind of talent for it too. We shall see. Every day your character will work part-time and earn money. I see. While working part-time, some events might occur that can be solved by using the right magic spell. Solving these events will earn you extra amount of money. By choosing a part-time job from the activity menu, you can also work an extra shift. Okay. Today I found out the proprietor of the human shop is incredibly shady and his shopkeeper is a sweet-talking vampire.
Yeah.
I also got a job so I can buy potions and a new friend to teach me riveting vampire magic. I pump my fists in the air, cheering the sign of my imminent victory. The Halloween exams are going to be a piece of pumpkin pie. Suspicious noises are coming from the dingy back alley near the human shop. What's going on? A green hand? A mountain of reanimated corpses in a body bag, crawling its way to the human shop. From the upper floor of the shop comes the sound of metal and glass crashing into the floor. What did you say? Not again.
Don't you worry.
Don't worry, Herbie. It's only the delivery for today's produce. She giggles while giving me a twinkling glance, and the Carmilla turns her attention to the hideous monster that's making its way into the door.
Now...
Leave it on the doorstep as per usual, Lawrence.
Alright.
Okay. The man in body bombs shouts and plonks to the ground. The person who was hauling them straightens up and dusts his hands. It's a cat boy. What?
Wow.
How cute, a real life cat boy. I've never seen one up close, despite being in weight.
Alright.
So how many cats, but no cat boys? Bless you, must be really strong cat boy to carry so many body bags in the way of a shop.
Stop.
First of all, I'm not a cat. Second of all, I have a name. Hold out your paws and say, no, cat boy. I wave loosely fists in the air at him, then he puts both hands on his hips and drops his head before letting out a long sigh. Invictly, my frightening appearance is hinged on your wits of stark terror.
No way.
No way, you don't look fright at all. Can I give you your fluffy ears a pet? Before or after I bite your hand off.
Wow.
Such a feisty cat boy. Again,
I'm a werewolf.
not a cat boy. I'm a werewolf. A werewolf where?
Of course.
Right here. He placed the tip of his index against his chest. You?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a werewolf, or lichen, a loop guard, me. But werewolves are scary and stuff. Precisely, at last you concede the point. But you're not scared at all, you're adorable. Wow, you're growling again, you look like you want to bite someone's hand off.
Because
I do. If you're done infuriating me, I will take my leave. With unutterable dignity, the cat boy whoops, werewolf strides past me, chin high and cat's bristle. How strange. Begin to inquisitively stroke my chin. What? He stops mid-try. He doesn't like being called that. The more you're trying to seem scary and intimidating, the more adorable you look.
stop.
Call me adorable one more time, and I shall. Upon cue, he breaks it into a string of stuttered noise. You don't like it when someone calls you cute or adorable, do you? The werewolf begins to rub the sides of his head in a circle of fashion. So kind of you to finally put it into price together. No, in fact, it makes my temples start with a vicious fury. Oh, sorry, I'll remember not to do it in the future. Probably. Very good.
Hold it.
Hang on, in the future? For
Yes.
sure. You expect the reasons
Why?
apparent only to yourselves we should cause for association?
Yeah.
Yep, I want us to become friends. It's not every day I get to meet a world as cute and, I mean, scary and intimidating as you. Alright, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Just this once.
Well,
Your name is Lawrence, right? That's what Carmilla called you earlier.
Yeah.
Indeed. You have the advantage of me. What?
Right.
Oh, my name is Jack. Dark Nightshade. The one, the only...
I know.
Yes, I know. You know, of course you know. I don't want your services, mind you. I already have too many admirers inquiring after me for the chance to scratch my chin or ruffle my ears.
all right.
Don't worry, I won't set you up with anyone. Good.
Good.
Yes.
I'll only try to make you teach me magic spells and potions. Lawrence was starting to nod when he flung his head up in his prime.
How?
Let me get this straight. You, a witch, are asking me, a werewolf, to teach you how to brew potions? That's right.
Right.
Fine.
I see, it's not much my hearing that's faulty, but your intellect.
Well,
Well, sometimes I do wish I went to class occasionally.
But
But what, can a werewolf like me, even a Trant witch like you? You're a werewolf, right? That means you're very strong.
yeah.
This is true. And have superhuman senses and look, scary and intimidating all the time. Correct again. Then teach me spells and potions that will let me be like you. I bet being
Yes.
strong and scary with superhuman senses can help me pass my Halloween exam. I clasp my hands together and shake them up at him with a pleading passion. Desperation seems to be an unfortunate recurring theme for me lately. Is it possible I can do so? It may even be possible you might be able to learn a thing or two. Hip hip hooray! But that doesn't mean I'm going to. What? Why not? What can you possibly offer to make it worth my while? My undying friendship? Don't
No.
need. My eternal gratitude? Useless. My premium 24/7 matchmaking service? Good grief, no.
No.
Then what would you like? Meat. Lots and lots of meat. He stretches his arm and folds from behind his head.
You
More
know.
meat means less more time hauling corpses, and I, for one, would welcome the break to do something as simple as teaching a few spells.
all
In
right.
exchange for teaching spells, huh? Okay, all the meat you can eat as long as we both shall live. You swear? Pinky promise.
Yes.
Remark Lawrence still stands there, obviously awed by the generosity of the one and only Jack Nightshade.
All
Alright,
right.
I'll accept your offer.
Yeah.
Yay!
Damion.
Damion.
Welcome home.
Welcome back, Jack. My housemate hurries to meet me, looking a lot sprighter than they did this morning.
Well,
You finished maintenance already?
Yes.
You wrote a really rather long time, and well, I was getting a bit worried. Did everything go well?
Yes.
Everything went fantastic. Got the job and made 2 new friends.
Congratulations.
Well, thanks to your idea, Damion. Now I have money for potions and 4 people to help me prepare for Halloween exams. A slight pressure on his stitched face.
I'm glad.
What are your plans for the rest of the day? Learn spells. Make potions. I need potions to learn the spells, don't I? But I don't know how to make any potions. But I could... I also don't have any money. So... I guess I'm going to work? I went to work. Nothing special happened and I earned a good amount of pocket money, okay? And now I can buy potions. Hello there, how may I assist you today? Ooh, I don't know. I guess red? How many? 1. Thanks. I guess I'll go red and blue. 1. Thanks for your purchase. Come again. And now I can... Ooh. So I have 1 red and 1 blue. Okay, so she's purple. So I can learn... Alright, show the wonderful, thoughtful, Hey Damion.
Huh?
Yes? Did you ever get the uncanny feeling you've forgotten something? Because I'm getting really bad right now, like super duper bad.
Really?
Really? I don't think we missed anything on the shopping list, and you didn't forget your wallet today.
Right.
Right, what could it be? Well, it might be nothing. Maybe I can forget the brew I learned earlier today.
Help me.
Here, can you hold these for me? I have to unlock the door.
Of course.
Of course. I hand Damion the bags in one of my hands and fill around for the keys. Oh, crap up.
apples.
Did you maybe find something you forgot?
Well,
I think I left my keys on the table. Fear's gonna roast the stuffing out of me if I called him face to the door again.
Oh,
You don't need to call anyone. Please allow me.
please.
Damion sets the bag down for a moment and pulls gently on the string on their wrist. Your hands. The action causes their hand to fall right off, and Damion chants something underneath their breath. Their fingers curl before jumping up and scuttling towards the vent. The hand manages to squirm into the house through the vent, covered with Damion gets closer to their eyes. We wait a few minutes, but eventually, okay, I think I got it. The door swings open.
Wow.
Gee, what kind of magic is that? It's super handy.
It's nothing.
It's just a basic animation spell that my maker taught me a long time ago.
What?
But it kind of scares people, as you could get. So I try not to use it very often.
I'm sure.
It'd be a great Halloween trick, that's for sure. Or if you wanted to use it for a comedic effect of those give me a hand kind of joke. They practically know how to write themselves. With a big smile and a wink, I hold up my palms, fingers spread while shaking them into that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could.
But if you are interested, I could possibly teach you to do it. Well, thank you. But I'd rather keep my hands where they are for, personal reasons. You know how it is.
No.
No, I don't mean like that. Of course not.
Of course not.
Goodness, I would never want to hurt you. My maker couldn't do it the same way I can either, so he crafted, a living variation of the spell called Scuttle. It
Although.
works exactly like the one I use, though.
Oh.
You mean I could summon a disembodied hand out of nowhere? Wouldn't someone want that back?
Not quite.
Not quite, it's more like an illusionary copy. But it's hard to explain in words. Oh, I got it. In that case, teach me away, Professor Damion. I'm ready to learn.
Okay.
Okay, watch closely, please. I will try to teach you how to cast Scuttle. Alright, Jack, repeat after me. Damion starts the spell, and their fingers curl again, hopping out of the floor. I repeat after them.
Scuttle.
I hold up my hand and poof, a hand in hand with myself. Good work.
Good work.
Yes.
Yes, good. Be free, my five-fingered friend. I launch my cloned hand like I'm sending it into battle and scuttle along after Damien's hand.
Damion.
Let's shake hands. Alright.
All
We
right.
shake, but the moment my hand lets go of there, my new companion crumbles, the fall crust disappears.
No way.
Oh no, did I mess up something? They went too soon from this world. I crouched down to where my apparition had been dramatic mourning my son-in-law.
No.
No, what you did was wonderful. But
What?
because it's just a copy, the illusion hand can't last very long in the real world.
That's
Without a house from the spell to grab onto, it lasts about 30 seconds tops. 30 seconds? I giddily spring to my feet. I know. I want to clone my head next.
Don't do it.
No, you absolutely don't.
Why?
Why not think of the possibilities? Just please trust me
Please
on
don't.
this. Never ever try to create a copy of your own head. What about
Alright.
your...
No.
No. Ah, you're no fun sometime.
After
You
all.
missed out on the possibility of an entire witches brigade made up... Oop, I skipped it. Damion watches I fold my arms about, signaling my yield to firm their quest. They let out a sigh of relief and smiled softly at me.
I think that's for the best.
For the sake of humanity, I think that's for the best. Today I went to work. Nothing happened. I earned a good amount of small pocket change. So,
0.
oh. Guess what? What?
Come
guess.
on.
Fine.
Neither you nor I have the time. Fine, I'll get.
Yes.
Woohoo. He squints at me spectrally.
Did you?
Did you just set the kitchen on fire again, making scrambled eggs? What? Well, did you?
Well,
No,
Oh.
I see.
I see.
Then I suppose you must have caused an explosion akin to where you put the wrong ingredient into your potion and burned down your flat.
No
I
way.
didn't, jeez. Don't tell me you accidentally summoned that 36-armed tentacle demon while you were trying to practice spells?
No, no, no.
Huh?
In that case.
In that case, I'm surely out of possible ideas. With much enthusiasm, I whip out a peace sign and angle it stylishly against my face.
Right.
I'm ready to learn the glow spell.
May I remind you?
May I remind you that the glow spell is the very first spell that listeners taught from the start of the year?
Yes.
Oh, that's one. Let's do it. Looks like it only took you 9 months to get ready to learn it. Excellent. Progress, Jack. At this rate, you've passed Halloween exams with flying colors. You think so too? It's quite natural to find yourself speechless in front of a witch as brilliant as one and only Jack Nightshade.
I admit it.
I admit, you've reduced me to speechlessness. But I need you to teach me the spell at some point, you know. You're right.
That's right.
We don't have time for sarcastic banter with each other.
Pay attention.
Prepare yourself, Jack. I'm going to teach you how to cast glow. Sweet.
Glow.
An orb of pure golden brightness flowers the crisp of my palm. At first, it's faint and rebellious with each beat of my heart. The light shines more radiantly.
0.
I did it. I
Right.
spin around in delight to find Zero watching me with one of those rare, sweet, wistful smiles of his.
Well done.
I don't understand why, but seeing Zero smile always makes me twist inside my heart. Praise me.
I did.
Yeah.
Praise me more.
Maybe.
Maybe I will if you pass your exams, that is.
Work hard and do your best.
It all develops your form from here on out. The more I look at his smile, the more I find a secret hollow in my heart twisting more sharply than usual. Turning away from him, I toss the glowing orb up into the quiet evening sky.
Anyway,
Now it's your turn. Hmm?
come on.
My glow must feel lonely all there by itself.
Yeah,
With the moon and the
right.
stars keep company.
Well,
They're so far away, Zero, you're right here. So quietly, so very quietly that I'm almost not sure I really did hear it, a soft whisper.
All right.
For you, Jack. From behind me, an orb of azure light floats past, drifting up and up to join the golden counterpart.
You know.
Mortals call them ghost lights. Willow of the wisp. Huh? Every poltergeist can cast a spell. Malvoy at once could cast them before the unwary travelers, using its light to lure them from the road to perish in quaking bogs and silent dark trains. When darkness is all around you, you will find it be worse to travel with a light that is unreliable than it is with no light at all. Somehow Zero's voice carries a hint of bitterness with it. I can't help but lean forward and try to put my head on his shoulder.
Hey.
Oh, hey. Sorry.
You know.
Better to do that. I can't help it. You're my reliable light, Zero. What?
What?
Don't
You're a
know?
glowing blue poltergeist who's always looking out for me, so you can't blame me if I want to lean on your shoulder.
You can't.
Well, you can't. You'll fall right through and disprove my form in the progress. Just like, huh? I grin at him, but his smile is nowhere to be found, although his cheeks seem to be tinged with a faint blush.
So,
You've learned how to cast glow. Our lesson is over. I'll be heading off before you do something stupid again. Zero. He just materializes in front of my eyes.
Zero.
Then a little trust fall and I set my off in the direction of my house. Just before I am about to leave the field, I pause to look back at the daylight. Two glowing auras, gold and blue, are still adrift in the evening sky. Corner of my mouth curled upward. I continued on my way, my steps lighter than before. Okay, so I got one blue. I think I should get more money. I went to work, nothing happened. I heard a good amount of talk chain.
Da-dee-da.
I can't find my books. Daddy-da must have stolen by crooks.
hmm.
You probably left them in your bag you lent to your roommate. I squint while protruding my lips and holding my chin in my hand. Think mentally on retracing my steps from not so earlier today.
Wow.
Oh, I did do that, huh? Wait, Lulu, when did you get here? Lou?
What? Watch
It's
yourself.
Lawrence. Lawrence. Watch yourself, witch. Lawrence takes a moment to pause and sniff the air. The way his nose twitches is way too adorable. Over the next time you have eggs and bacon, I'll be coming to claim one for myself.
How?
How did you know this? Creepy. It's not.
No!
He sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose. In case you
Again.
forgot, again, I'm a werewolf. And they have the best sense of smell in all Halloween Town.
Now,
I caught your scent near Weststop. It's muddled with several people mingling there at once. Since your Frankenstein creature came in not long after, and you so easily gave them your bag without a second thought, I assumed you lived together. Although I could imagine you doing something like that regardless.
Wow.
Wow, we do actually. That's some pretty impressive detective work. Sight is deceptive, but scent never lies. Oh hey, do you know where Damion is now?
Help me.
Help me track them down. I need my stuff for my next class.
do it yourself.
Find them yourself.
How?
How am I supposed to do that? Throw up my arms in greatly exasperate manner and look at my werewolf companion for a huge pout on my face.
Like.
Not everyone is an all-seeing, all-knowing magic nose like you. Well, you did ask me to teach you magic, didn't you? Yeah. Then buckle
I'll
up,
show you.
Buttercup. I'll show you how to follow the scent the way I can using a spell. Scent tracker.
Well.
Do we need potions for it? Yes.
Of
I
course.
happen to be out of them. You're fine.
Fine.
I'm going to help you just this once.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence. I'll learn the spell another time. So I needed a yellow. A yellow potion. How much money do I have? I already have a blue potion. I buy a pink one. Who's pink? How much money do I have? 5. So... Oh, she must be pink. That looks purple though. Summon a vampire art and look to be able to victory favor as. This sucks. Why don't I have to work when I have such an important higher calling? No bad check, I have to study. I looked down and opened my spellbook, which sits on the counter. Mr. West told me I could study here even if someone had the game registered, and memorizing ingredients shouldn't be hard, right?
Well,
Let's see, pumpkin newt, no pumpkin root mixed with cherry eye. What's that? Oh, this is walleye? Who decided to leave? Learning potions meant reading anyway. All you have is a dumb bunch of junk in a pot and you'd be able to wing it. What's the point of studying? They're both the same, aren't they? How am I supposed to pick? I lift my head to watch Carmilla fit between the shelves when she spies the customer. There's a smile coming out of like a glint of something. She beelines towards him and gently places a hand on his back.
My dear.
Oh dear, it's just a package of fingers. Don't make the decision any harder than it has to be. They're both fine products. You'll notice one of them is on the left is dried while the right is fresh.
I'm sure.
Still, I'm sure capable mages as yourself should be able to both to its full potential. Alright, I'll take both. I knew you were something special when I first saw you, darling. Her hand slithers up the customer's back and then drapes around his shoulder. Carmilla pulls him closer, a dark brush up on his neck as she does.
But, you know.
You don't want to put your ingredients in just any old cauldron, do you?
Am I wrong?
We recently started carrying magical implements, and miracle workle as your caliber deserves the best of the best, or am I wrong? Oh, alright, you have a point. You see, I'm making this continues for a good half an hour. I'm absolutely memorizing this. Watch Carmilla direct him around the shop, whispering sweet suggestions in his ear. Eventually, I can't even see the customer's face behind the pile of goods in his arm. And as expected, it takes forever to ring up everything when they finally arrive at the counter.
Thanks for your purchase.
Thanks so much for your purchase, doll. Don't be a stranger, you hear? Of course not, Miss Carmilla. I'll be next week, no tomorrow. I'll never go anywhere else. I know you had remarkable taste. Thanks again. After the man pays, I watch her mouth hang open as he stunts off at the store and how. There is sudden gentle pressure on the bottom of my jaw as Carmilla closes it with her finger.
My dear.
Oh, little witch, don't tell me you've fallen for me too. No way, but you think anyone who's as powerful as I am would have been falling over themselves by now. You were amazing. But that wasn't all just you now, was it? There's someone who rarely studies, you got keen intuition. You're absolutely right. Indeed, he liked me just fine, but I may have given him a teensy nudge.
right.
A magical nudge, right? Correct.
Correct.
To elaborate for you, my struggling employee, we vampires have a natural ability to enthrall and hypnotize mortal, or lessen undead in their leisure to spell. You may refer as enthrall. And there's so much as a seed of potential for that feeling to flourish. We can, smiling, she mimes the bloom of a flower with both hands. Help it sprout, to speak. They're saying you can instantly make anyone like you? The endless possibilities are soon rack my brain. Imagine what distinguished matchmaker, that's me, could do. The spell, like, not quite love.
Not quite. Now.
We can't do anything at all against those with indomitable will, such as yourself, nor can we place genuine feelings of friendship or love either, for that matter.
And so.
But enthrall make friendship easy to intimate. So I try to be a little nice about it. It makes the job and other things much nicer after all.
Wow.
I see, no wonder Mr. West has been singing your praises. Oh, has he? I suppose I am his best saleswoman, but I just work here for fun, not like you, my dear.
Yes.
Yes, it's super hard, Carmilla. I wish there was even half as beautiful and talented as you. She straightens up and places her hand on her cheek and turns away to hide in her collar. Carmilla is good at dishing out complicates, but she really can't take them.
Oh my.
I suppose you do have a little potential. Tell you what, I've been boring all those books for hours, so I'll give you a real lesson. Restored your fur flowery.
Alright.
I'm at your disposal, my lady. I take an exaggerated brow and grin at her. She immediately clasps both hands together.
My
Oh, you're
dear.
so cute that I could eat you up. I just think I'll go easy on you because of that.
Listen
Alright,
carefully.
listen carefully. I'll teach you how to cast Enthrall. You get to work and moves to the page of the book with a potion Enthrall. She steers me around the store so I can collect the ingredients myself. I think I learn better by doing things. It's easier to remember what everything is when I'm physically holding it all, as well as being coached by someone else. Brewing takes a while. Carmilla moves around helping other customers. She still manages to check in on me now and then. At one point, she sees my progress and even nods in satisfaction.
Well,
That's everything. Now drink it up, dear. It's the only way it will work. I wrinkle my nose at the smell, but 2 or 3 perfumes like that should never mix. But still pour the potion down my throat.
And throw!
How do you feel? Kind of tingly? Wonderful.
Now,
That at least sounds correct for another being. Now wait till someone comes in too. Don't worry, I've already have someone in mind. As I call up to Mr. West.
Come on!
Hey, Mr. West. My voice echoes the shop. There's nothing that booms back. What?
Yes.
I need a raise. I don't know when you just started here. Get back to work. My blank confusion. And that is after I return back to Carmilla. It didn't work. Oh, poor sweet student.
practice.
It's your very first time enthralling. It takes a significant amount of practice to make work on someone like grumpy old Mr. West. You would need to be almost excellent as Moy. Aw, but don't worry, your pretty little head one bit, my dear. Carmilla gives me a second short pat on the top of my head. The lovely Carmilla will teach you all sorts of things. You'll be rolling in dough in no time. How does that sound? Great, you really are the best, Carmilla. I think I'm gonna enjoy watching your progress. Let's continue our hard work. You can't have you failing those exams. Okay. I should... I don't know if it matters which ones I learn. Let's go with him again.
Damion!
Damion's trying to teach me, the best pupil in Damion, some magic. The historical pro is expecting them to come and meet me. I wait, but no such greeting, and then rounding the corner of the doorway, I found my room staring at a skull. Damion?
Hello?
Damion. As I get closer, I notice a couple papers spread out in front of them. On the table, there are school's spookiest subject, mathematics. Damion must be focused on something he would answer. That's why they didn't greet me. I guess someone as serious as them can be a bit spacey too sometimes. 8 by 12, 12 by 8. There are measurements we think are pretty great. Thank you, that makes a lot more sense.
Huh?
Did that bonehead just talk?
Huh?
Jack, when did you get home? 5 minutes ago. I did the pose and everything.
Well,
More importantly, did the skull just talk?
Yes.
It did. In this time, my maker endowed me with magic to commune with the dead. Oh, that's that. I do that all the time. Though the dead guy I commute with never does my homework for me. These spirits are a little bit more otherworldly than Zero. But their insights have been wonderful to help to have more than complex homework questions. This is Damion finished. I clasp my hands together and hold them to my chest with bleeding eyes.
Can you
Can you teach me, please? I'm sure I could use some help on my worksheets too.
Okay.
I don't see why not.
It's simple.
It's a very simple process. You just have to coat the mouth of the skull with frankincense.
That's all.
Then you need to charge it with the possible power of using lesson. Rats, I don't have any frankincense. I have to run to the store. Maybe I can convince Carmilla to give a discount. I'm moving dash of the ice on the street faster than jump but Damion stopped. Don't. You can borrow some of mine if you want to give it a try, that is. Well, thank you so much. I'll do my best. For the best friend I know. They blush and avert their eyes a little. Yes,
Well,
watch closely, please, Jack. I'll try to teach you to cast the lost. Blushing a skull teeth with herbs, so it's kind of weird. At least it's easy. Under Damien's instruction, I make preparations fairly quickly. Great, I think I got it.
Philosophize!
Hey, Skull Buddy, we have potions assignments to do tomorrow. Tell me if I should use bat meal or gold spice as the base solution for wheezing. Regarding your inquiry about potion of cough, it's working. Look it up yourself, you sod. Hey, do you have a bone to pick with me? Well, the spirits do not live to serve, disturbing our rest we do not deserve. If you want to pass your test and study yourself, don't be a pet. That guy sure was rude for someone without a leg to stand on.
Like...
Just because you've been alone for centuries doesn't mean you can.
Please don't.
Don't take it personally. Most spirits are surly at the best of times. Isn't this spell supposed to make them, I don't know, cooperate?
No.
This method only allows you to commune with the dead, not command them. Although the soul did have a point, you can't exactly study these into your final exam. I guess not, but it was worth a shot. Thanks for nothing, you bonehead. To you which we say goodbye, and I know you are, but what am I? Why you? I think that's enough for this lesson. They gently grab my shoulder and hold me back, and look at me with great kindness and concern in their eyes.
Please.
Go take a break, Jack. Oh, I'll lay your friend back. Here, back to rest. Okay, thank you, Damion. After my break, I spend the remainder of my day cramming more for Halloween exams, and occasionally I find a light snack placed on my desk for me, and never fails to make me smile. Since there was basically no customers, I was lounging near the cash register, flipping through a magazine. That's when I got interrupted by someone clearing their throat. Glancing, I saw Damion look extremely uncomfortable. After my usual dance around with them, and them shying away, they finally confessed that to having lost an ear that they were now looking to replace. Rummaging through the ear storage, I found the following. A way too big ear, an ear for the wrong side, half of an ear with a dozen piercings on it. In other words, I might have found nothing at all. Soon after Damion left, combining all their hair over their missing ear, Mr. West showed up to tell me a valued customer had ordered one earlier. And then he put it in the fridge so it wouldn't accidentally sell it. Rats, I wish he had said something sooner. So... I don't have any red. You brew through the same Dalmatian... or Damion. We'll give you 2 additional. Zero will double your potions output. Lawrence will triple your potions output for your 3rd choice. Oh. So what I should do is I'll make 2 purple and 1 red. There you go.
Da-dee-da.
I sweep around the corner just to catch Damion sitting near the stairs. What are they up to today? Phew, I almost finished.
Just one more.
Just more than after this, around the knee.
Damion!
Hiya!
Oh,
Whoa. I open my palms like a baseball catcher, half expecting one of their eyes to pop out in surprise. Thankfully, everything stays put this time.
please don't.
Please don't sneak up on me like that. Sorry, I didn't know you were so focused. But what were you doing? I thought I heard a 2-minute sound. I zip out my arms in a long section of sense. Oh, that was
Oh,
Damion moves inside to reveal a disembodied human leg. Leg? That's an arm. A needle and a thread is moving on its own to stitch up the cut just below the... Wait, hold on. Moving on its own?
Wow!
You never told me you could do magic. Oh, that's it's just an enchantment that my maker taught me. It's nothing special.
Well,
Well, it's a little more than I can do. No, really,
It's a
it's
magic
nothing
spell.
special. Just a stitch spell. I could
I
teach
could
it to you
teach
too.
you.
I mean, if you want, that is.
thank you!
Thank you, Damion. But is this for someone who's causing you trouble? You know you can talk to me, right?
huh?
I gestured at the detached leg, which is obviously not in great shape.
Like...
If someone do this to you, they'll definitely be hearing from me.
It's not like
Oh gosh, it's not like that, not at all. Some of the parts I get from Mr. Wet and the Human Chart were just a bit,
you see.
bargain quality, you see. Damion fidgets, trying to find a way to convey their meaning without saying a single bad word about Mr. Wet. To admit, they're a bit worn and banged up. As this guy, you men are
Yes.
speaking, yes. Naturally soured can, imply a lot of things. Anyway, just watch this. Damion recollects the needle from the leg and threads it. They remove a small pink vial from the rib cage and dip the end of the thread in the liquid, murmuring an incantation. I think I've heard this somewhere. Perhaps in class once before I fell asleep. Almost instantly the needle leaped from Damion's fingertips and begins working on stitching a cut above his knee. Whoa, Damion, that's amazing. Let me try.
Sure.
I've got some hands that need some stitching. There's an extra vial of inker in the bag too. I swoop over to said bag. Try on those. I'm glad you're so enthusiastic. I wouldn't be. You're an awesome teacher. They look a bit flustered at my last remark. Watch closely, Jack. I'll teach you how to cast stitch. So I'll just hold it like this, and following Damon's example, I make the wound begin to stitch itself back up. Damion, doing this is works perfectly. It's fingers suddenly start moving and the hand springs up at me.
Be careful.
Little word, Damion, my sweet shy Damion, charges forward like my valiant knight. He smacked down the nasty palm if it was an insect rolled up in newspaper on the table nearby, and the hand collapsed.
Are you alright?
Are you alright? You have to be careful with intonation to animated spells, or may have end up raising something. Noted. Sorry, I'll be super extra careful from now on, but I jump at Damion and pull them into a hug. That was really cool, Damion. The way you were flying in with your magic newspaper. Thanks for saving me.
You're
welcome. That wasn't much really my maker. You do that whenever my spells get out code, so what's wrong?
It's nothing.
It's nothing, but I think that concludes our lesson for today. I think I concluded when the hand died back there. Damion, since where it died. I'm kind of curious, but my people skills tell me that they aren't ready to talk about it. So I might bite my tongue and push back my usual nightshade ways for them. Anyway, thank you for the lesson, Damion. Damion doesn't seem to hear me. He's likely lost in thought. So in an effort to give my dear friend some space, I see myself out. Maybe another time then. Okay. Got one yellow. What's this next one? I need a yellow. But I think I should make more yellow. I'll just make 3. My other assistant 0 is gone. I think I'd better tighten it. Again, I find Damion by the stairs with a needle and thread. I'm getting hit by an odd sense of deja vu. No repairs, Damion? I get into position, but nothing falls apart this time either. I've gotten pretty good at securing themselves this day.
Welcome home.
Please don't sneak up on me like that. Hey, I wasn't even being sneaky this time. But I haven't seen much of the surgery since the dual head guys fell off. Do you have a hot date coming up or something? Alien includes with a huge grin on my face.
Of course not.
Of course not. It's just that the machine has been wearing out lately and I've wanted to be repaired. Machine? What machine? That's
well...
They're quiet for a long time after that. Can't really tell what they're thinking. But before I can decide if it's something I should pry for them, or try not to talk about, or not, Damion speaks up again. Can I ask you something weird? Like personal weird or weird weird? Because the answer is yes either way.
Let's say...
You had a boat. Do you think that after you replaced every part of that boat it would still be the same one? Yeah, it's still my boat. It didn't stop being mine just because I put a cuter sail on it or whatever. Even if there's nothing about it, that's the same as when you first got it?
Yes.
No doubt about it. I suppose I see your point.
Well...
That is pretty out there though. Why do you ask? Well, have you ever heard of the Ship of Thesis? Nope, what is it? It's an old philosophy question. Say a great hero went out on a long journey by boat. Over the
So-
course of the expedition, the boat became worn and needed to be repaired many, many times.
Oh.
And if you replaced every part of it, is it still the same ship when it comes home? Exactly, which is why I asked. The words off trail and they pursed her lip. It's just been on my mind lately, that's all. Damion, do you possibly feel like the ship in the story? Maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
I've lived
You
many
see.
centuries, you know, and the human body isn't meant to
Well.
last that long. So I've had to replace my parts many times. Likely more times than that boat ever was. So I'm not sure if this me that still exists today is really me. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm not making any sense, am I? I knew it was foolish, I'm sorry. No, it's
No.
It's not that at all. I slapped both hands against my head and looked at Damion. Considerate, sweet, gentle Damion. They make my heart want to lurch out and hold them forever in my witchy embrace. It's just that you're not an object, Damion. You're a person. From the top of your head to the tips of your toes, just like me.
Right.
I mean, I'd still be Jack even if I changed my outfit, cut my hair, or lost my arm and legs, right? It's a pretty drastic leap, but yes, of course.
yeah.
That means you're still you too. No matter how many
Whoa.
fingers and toes or toes you have, or lungs, or whatever else there is,
Yes.
for as long as you exist, you're still you. And the Damion I know is the best host mate in the world. The wide world. You're exaggerating. Not even one bit. I know a lot of people, but I could not even imagine my life without you in it. Their face flushes pink. That even outdoes the shade of their hair. I rush a little in response, caressing the back of my neck sheepishly. Damion have the kindest heart of everyone I know. The pink on their face fades away as quickly as it came. I see.
That's right.
Thank you. Huh? They looked so bright for a moment there, but now it's like everything just collapsed on itself without warnings whatsoever. My chest tightens. What did I say? Oh, it's nothing.
It's
I was just
nothing.
thinking.
I
I need to finish these repairs within the next hour, since the spell might wear off. I'm sorry for taking
I'm
up your time.
sorry.
Please don't mind me. If you say so, I suppose. Damion goes back to work without saying another word. I know I messed up somehow, but I don't know how. It's eating me alive. I desperately want to press my Franken friend for some answers. Then my matchmaking sense tells me they just want to be alone right now. Maybe I should give them a minute.
Damion.
I think I'm gonna stick with Damion. I don't even know how you get the wolf guide because that, I guess I was just supposed to go to the store a lot, maybe?
Come on.
Come on, you dumb bottle, open sea stopper. Hocus Corcus, Eretica Plug Bye. What on earth are you doing?
Damion.
Oh, Damion, great timing.
Well,
It's this potion bottle, it won't open at all, and I've tried everything. Here, let me try.
sometimes.
Sometimes you just gotta tap the bottle to release the pressure, and then... Okay, me, this one is above the level of my current strengths.
yes.
Right? You have to be a werewolf to open this sucker up. I hold out my hand and take the bottle, but Damion hasn't given up yet. I look up and notice their eyes are now closed. I don't think astral projection is going to... Whoa!
Huh?
Damion suddenly hulks out, or at least one of his arms died. I can see the muscle bulging from underneath the suit jacket as they grunt and take the stopper off with good twist. Got it,
Alright.
there you are.
Thank you.
But forget about that, let's talk about your workout routine. My what? Your superhuman
Why-
strength.
How?
How did you do that? I didn't even see you cast the spell. I poked their buff arm, causing Damion to laugh. It's just my maker's
No.
work, you know how it is. He put a lot of dedication afterward to crafting me. Over the years I came to understand a bit more. The type of magical engineering that went into it, while I'm patching myself up all the time. And that gave you anchor arms?
That's
In a
right.
way. I learned how to strengthen my parts of my body by focusing and using the spell engineered perfection.
Just in
Want me to
case.
show you in case you have any more bottles?
Yes.
Do you even have to ask?
Alright.
Alright. Watch
Watch
closely,
closely,
please. I'll
please.
try to teach you how to cast engineered perfection. Damion showed me some sort of magical medication technique. My eyes were shut for most of it. The longest one I focused on my arm, the heavier it felt. One time spell area, I popped my arm into the air and hollered, adding a fun spin toes for the reactable measure.
Engineered perfection!
You can open your eyes now. I looked at my nose, flexing a great newfound muscle tone.
Yes!
I know I'm not the only one with the best matchmaker in school, but the strongest one too. I don't think there are any other matchmakers.
Naturally.
Exactly, no competition. They'd see my wonderful buff arm and they'd follow their nose and be able to do anything. You know, I want to make sure these puppies aren't just for so arm wrestle me, Damion. Okay then, but I don't think I'll give you an easy win. Same here. We've heard giant holding arms together and hold hands and squeeze in the least romantic way possible, but it's still pretty nice. I fold and squeeze. 3, 2, 1.
Go!
You don't cheat. I try to get the upper hand by taking quicker initiative, but Damion catches up quickly. It's almost as if they've been using the spell all their life or something. For a long moment, there's a stalemate over the counter, equal strength in every way.
Yeah!
Focusing on my strengths, I finally give them the ropes. Don't look so confident when you're losing. I'll show you my real power. As I get ready for the final push, my dumb magic starts fizzling. Oh no!
No way!
Just when I thought my slam right over the other side, Damion gently sets my limb on the other side of the table. I feel their shoulders shake as they attempt to poorly suppress the laughter.
Yes.
Your real power, quite literally. Hey, clearly you have more experience. It's just you're so dramatic and they work a bit harder to cover their mouth while I'm cute, but still. Hey, sorry. You're absolutely right, I am more experienced. But you will be too, the more you get used to it, we'll both be learning in the end.
Well,
I guess you're right. A little light bulb in my head goes off and then out it grin.
right.
Let's do it in 3, and then
Sure.
Victor receives lunch and dinner.
Yeah!
You're on. The match continues for the rest of the afternoon. By the end of it, I had to figure out where to get the money to buy Damion every meal for the rest of his week. Rats. Mr. West told me to go to the storage room and gather specific items for customers. He gave me clear instructions about how to navigate the expansive catacomb-like area, but how was I supposed to remember all that? When I found the item I was supposed to get, I caught a glimpse of a pretty dagger, with just a few shelves over, and quickly went to inspect it. And as I expect, I found myself utterly lost afterwards. After stumbling through the storage room for what felt forever, I finally made it back inside. Only to find Mr. West glaring at me from the top of the stairs. Apparently he was about to go searching for me because the customer had left, deciding the item wasn't worth the wait. As that cost him quite a bit of money, Mr. West decided to take it out of my pay. I don't have any round spells. And I need 4 of them. I can buy... Hello, I'd like to buy red potions. I don't have 15 coins, do I? Oh, I did. Now I have $0. Okay. I scribbled the final concoction on the paper in front of me, and finally I'm done. When they assign way too much homework around exam seasons, I'm going to... Knock knock. Someone's at the door. Quickly I glide down the staircase, knocking... coming from the other side of the front door. And when the stranger speaks up with a warning as I walk towards the entrance. Trick or treat. Trick or treat, excuse me? You heard me, trick or treat. I never thought I'd say this about trick or treaters. This guy sounds like he means business. I'm not sure I really want to open it now. Sorry, I think you're a bit early. Halloween isn't for another few days. Doesn't matter. If you have nothing to offer, then pay with your reputation. My reputation? Pardon me, Jack. I'll see to our guest. Damion, when did you get here? I don't mind people making fun of me. It's kind of class to clown and enjoy the good banner anyway. But Damion usually keeps to himself. What if people try to bully them to get to me? No way, I absolutely won't let that happen. Wait, Damion, though. We don't know who's out there. I try to reach for their sleeve, but they pull away quicker than I expected. And don't wait.
Damion!
They're opening the door. Damn. I try to peer out to see who's at the door. Oddly enough, I can barely see past them. Someone is moving about in front of them, but whoever it is seems to be shrinking by comparison. Wait, did Damion just grow taller? Oh, I was joking, haha. Oh hell, look at the time, I forgot my class will start soon, see you, but maybe not. Before I even find out who it is, the person has already dashed away, leaving not even an after image when they were once stood. Damion turned to me with a wild smile. Good thing about being 7 foot tall, Monster Jack, is that it's very easy to win disputes without having to say anything. I wonder how long it takes them to grow that tall. Maybe I need to drink more bath milk. I think you're just fine the way you are. If you're curious, I know an illusion spell that would make you appear that way. They call it imitation.
Well,
It's a little cartoonish, but show me.
all right.
Alright. Watch closely, please. I'll try to teach you how to cast a spell. New spell. With my newest potion finished and at the ready, I don't waste any time in casting the spell.
Intimidation!
I don't feel any different, but Damion's blue eyes widen a little. They remind me of beautiful stained glass. How do I look? Horrifying? Spectacular? Perhaps you should see for yourself. They steer me towards the mirror in a hallway. And though Damion tries to fight it, I see their shoulders shaking with laughter. I stare out of the mirror and freeze. I look one of those plush toys, the one with the huge body and tiny head.
Well,
I did say it's a little cartoonish. How come it looks scary when you do it then? Practice. A lot of practice. Are you okay, Dame?
it's nothing.
I'm fine. The reason I had to learn that spell was because when I was younger, the villagers would group together and chase me with pitchforks and torches. My maker taught me to take a larger form to scare them away, so no one would get hurt. I put both hands on my hips and puffed my oversized chest in the mirror. You know, actually this body of mine is great, because if my arms are huge, I can give super big hugs. Before Jamie has a chance to resist, not that I think they would, I throw my arms around them and pull them in for a tight brace. As long as I'm here, no one will pick on you again, got it? Slowly they put their arms around me and clench my back firmly between their stitched fingers.
Thank you.
0!
How?
How to pass your Halloween exams? No.
Oh.
How to hug you? To hug me? Yep.
Yes!
I'm
It's
sorry.
alright, don't follow.
Well,
I can't hug you whenever I try to, I end up missing your essence, right?
That's right.
Very annoying too. Isn't made in flesh and blood where you're a spirit of ether magic. Taking you that long to figure it out has almost 180 years, but listen to this.
Well,
I'm all ears, better for worse. What if I turn into a spirit of ether and magic too?
good heavens.
Good heavens, Jack. The Halloween exams are difficult, but they're not gonna be lethal. You won't be facing any obstacles that could actually kill you, you know.
oh.
I don't mean that.
I see.
And you've lost me.
Can you teach me?
I mean, teach me a spell that I can cast to forms the best matching maker in Doomward here, and to a poltergeist like you. It's not actually a terrible idea, think of it.
Alright.
It would be pretty useful for the exams.
Yes!
And there is a spell that will let me transform into a spooky spirit version of myself. My choice of words makes him roll his eyes before continuing with his explanation. Almost unsustainable, you will make your form ghost-like. But you'll be able to walk through walls, turn invisible, and hover in midair, just like any poltergeist.
Alright!
That sounds pretty cool. Teach me the spell, Zero.
Pay attention.
Alright, prepare yourself. I'm gonna teach you how to cast Insubstantiate.
Insubstantiate!
Insubstantiate? I feel myself going lower, lighter and fainter. Ghostier? I can't find my balance. Whoa, careful.
Careful!
Zero makes as if to lunge for me, but he checks himself at the last moment.
So,
It's easy to lose your balance in ghost form, because you no longer have center of gravity. In fact, gravity doesn't even apply to you anymore. It takes a little getting used to, but you get the hang of it just as I did.
Zero!
Hovering, Zero, look, I'm hovering.
huh?
You're a surprisingly quick learner. What do you mean, surprisingly?
Well,
Wait a second, I'm poltergeist now, aren't I? For a moment, the Unsane will give you spirit basic form or fixer span of. That means I can hug you at last.
Unfortunately.
Though waiting to finish, I throw my arms around him gleefully. Whoa,
You come.
that happened. I felt cold and dizzy. Now you know how I feel when you try to hug me.
Why?
Poltergeists are incapable of touching each other as living beings are incapable of touching us. Touch requires physical contact, and we as poltergeists have nothing physical to offer. I see. Oh, now you don't look so crestfallen. Here, come with me. Zero starts drifting upward. His head touches the roof and then disappears right through.
Zero.
Come on.
Come with me.
Drawing in a deep breath, I concentrate on floating upward.
Wow.
Floating. Suddenly, almost as easier to pass through barriers the first time if you close your eyes. Passing through the roof felt weird. Like something went out and into and out of me. But that was there and not there at the same time. When I open my eyes again, the starry night spreads endlessly above, illuminated by a brilliant crescent moon.
Amazing.
I love to sit in rooftops and watch the night go by a long time ago. Now I can get on rooftops much more easily, but floating is not sitting, and sometimes I...
Zero.
Do you miss what?
What?
Well,
You know, having a physical body? Zero tenses and turns to me scornfully.
Huh?
I do miss stubbing my toe. Do I miss tripping over branches and falling flat on my face? Do I miss having to climb flight after flight of stairs to get to the roof? Only to find the door locked and the key hidden away? Do you, Zero? Mind your own business. I need another red. Red. I need more red. Oh, Lawrence. Lawrence drops the crate with a heavy thud and then wipes his hands against each other, feeling accomplished yet unaware of my presence. I think that's all the deliveries for today. Maybe now I can finally... Lori. Lawrence turns stiffly to face me, his ears flattened against his hair.
Again.
Which I told you 1,000 times my name is.
I remember.
I know, Lawrence, right? I watch his ears perk back up. They look soft, so fuzzy.
But
How do you expect me to call you by your name if you don't use mine? I guess you have a point. His ears twitch a little and drop as he looks away. Is that a pote hiding behind his mask?
right.
That's it. I can't hold myself back any longer. I'm so sorry. Sorry for... Lawrence makes a noise between something, a whimper and a whine as I grab him in a headlock and ruffle his ears to my heart's content. I discover there's a scratch behind them. His foot starts tapping. But he grabs me by the shoulders and pulls me away before I can learn much more than that.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Your ears are just unbelievably cute. Sorry I couldn't resist.
You have to!
Can't just go around touching people like that. At least ask first.
Oh.
So what have you said yes if I... No.
No!
My ears aren't toys for foolish people to play with. My hearing is much more sensitive than yours. Every tap is an echo that reverberates in my head. Can you imagine what that must be? If I teach you, will you leave them be? Teach me. Oh gosh, you're gonna show me you have super cute puppy ears? No, pumpkinhead.
No.
I'll teach you what big ears a spell can improve your hearing. Well, I suppose that could be useful too. They're better to hear with you with, my dear, am I right? I wink playfully as he thumps his palm against his forehead. You're so... Anyway, pay attention. This hasn't cost what big ears.
What big ears?
I didn't even think it was possible to improve your hearing through a few easy steps. But within a few simple gestures, the magic world sees everything is a lot more focused.
That should do it.
That should have worked. Tell me what you hear. I hear the beetles crawling around the grass, the crows flapping their wings above us. Good, anything else?
Well,
There's glasses blinking near the cap down the hill from here, and what? Something is growling really close by. Is It isn't you, is it? No, but I don't hear a thing. Lawrence watches the area around us carefully, alert and ready for action. He seems to be taking this serious. Hear the growl again, without a doubt it's definitely coming from Lawrence. Are you sure it isn't you?
Of course not.
Go back home, the lesson is over. But Lawrence, it might be unsafe. A wit that can't use many spells won't be able to defend themselves. He folds his arms and nods affirmingly at his own deduction. I'll look into the weird noise myself. Alright. Lawrence turns to leave, but then I hear the growling again and he dashes off into the woods. That's when I suddenly realized that was his stomach, wasn't it? Lawrence, wait, it's okay. Maybe I'll bring along a box of treats with a dog bone next time. Okay, so I think we have enough to do Gentle Giant. I'm gonna do all of Damion's. Start. Smack.
No.
Are you all
Are you
right?
hurt? Damion, I broke my potion bottles and now I'm not wearing any shoes or a sock. I stare at the 1,000 pieces of glass and scattered on the ground all around me in dismay. I'm undoubtedly trapped. I'm gonna be here forever and miss my exams and the Halloween party. With a clenched fist, I tilt my head up and shed a false tear. I'm sorry to call the couples out there who were never met and having deprived of my matchmaking prowess. Know that my heart goes out to you.
Please.
Jack, don't be like that.
You see.
I can sweep away the shards for you. Damion opens his mouth and sings a few notes. It's quiet for a moment, but before I can answer this, I hear a scuffling noise and starts coming from the corner of the room, and then walk. Suddenly, they're from everywhere. Mike. As they run towards Damion, they mimic all the tune of their own squeaky way.
Wow.
He encroaches down and softly pet the furry animals.
Please.
Excuse me, friends, if you don't mind. Could you please help us pick up this mess? Sure enough, little paws begin swiftly and carefully collecting the glass, depositing it into the trash bin Damion brings out for them. And then the kitchen is clean within seconds. Well, aside from the cheese, Damion happily sprinkles around the lot of them. After they accept their reward, the mice clear off quickly as they came.
Amazing.
Damion, that was amazing. You're like that one character from the movies.
Huh?
Not really. I get along better with creatures than I do with most people after all.
Right.
It must be because you're so gentle with everyone and everything. I could see it. If I was an animal, I sure would like to be around you too. Just like we are now. They've actually put their hand up and their left cheek traces small circles around the ground using their tiptoes. I'm not sure about that one. It's just before I came to Halloween Town. After my maker passed away, most of my companions were animals.
Sometimes.
Whenever I come across a creature on the road that was hungry or lost, being troubled by humans, I would help them out.
You see.
And in time, well, they would try to help me too. Oh, that sounds so precious.
Yes.
I want a cute animal friends like you. But as long as I can remember, small creatures have a tendency to run away from me. It's probably you're just too energetic.
Well,
If you're kind to them and respect their boundaries, it's not too difficult.
oh,
Though, if you'd like to call upon them and speak in a way they understand, I do know that spell for one.
Yeah.
Really? I want to learn it, show me. Right, but if I
Alright.
teach you the spell, Gentle Giant, you have to be careful with it. It's not a spell to control another. You may only ask favors of the animal in exchange. You must offer them something in return.
No way.
Don't worry too much. Do I look like someone who would be even a little mean? They look into my eyes and smile. My own heart gives me a spook when I skips a beat. No, that's why I trust you. Additionally, abusing the spell will cause you to lose trust with the animal. If they have no faith in your bond, the magic will no longer work.
All right.
Got it. I don't want to ask them for anything anyway. Just talking to them seems neat.
okay.
I understand.
It's
The song I
simple.
just sang is embedded with an old magic from the forest. If you sing it, the animals that will hear it will understand your intention.
Oh.
Do you think maybe you could show me this one more time?
Watch closely.
Okay, watch
please.
closely. I'll try to teach you to cast Gentle Giant. I attempt to sing the notes that Damion had done, but I think I messed up a little here and there. Unexpectedly, Damion sings with me, and my solo becomes a duet, but still no furry sentence swipe. I cross my arms and pout. Is it because they don't trust me yet?
Wait.
No, look there. I turn around and hear from the entry of the kitchen, a small black kitten walks up. When our eyes meet, it meows at me and my heart melts.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, did you come to talk to me? Thanks so much. When I speak, it pads over and rubs against my knee. I think I'm going to cry, and Damion smiles, gently patting my head. I'll leave you to it. There's some milk in the fridge when you're done. Damion leaves and I spend the entire afternoon chatting with the kitten, instead of getting any work done. But I think I'm on my way to getting my very own familiar, as a proper witch should.
The
At this
incomparable,
rate,
the one and
failing
only.
the exams will be impossible for the wonderful, the incomparable, the most wonderful Jack Nightshade. As I was stalking the shelves, I heard some students snickering and whispering to each other. Somehow I got the feeling they were up to no good, but I couldn't make out what they were saying. By improving my hearing, I realized they were planning to drop a darkness bomb so they could rob us blindly. Literally. I had them leave before they could do any harm. When I told Mr. West the almost incident, he rewarded me for my trouble. The Halloween exams are soon. Very soon. I think I've learned quite a bit, but just to be sure, I decided to go bug Damion into cramming me like we usually do. However, the moment I get through the door, it's like I walk straight back into a horror movie. Fingers spread across the table, an arm hanging off a chair. What an absolute mess. Damion's normally so tidy. It's not like them to leave their parts out and about like this and run. Someone could get seriously hurt. Wait, where did they go?
Hello?
Damion, are you here? Jack? Damion, where are you? I don't see... Whoa. In an instant, I hit the ground. Why is this leg here? It's almost like it exists for me to trip over when I have to go find... Hold on. I recognize this leg. Now that I'm down here, I see a head under the table.
Welcome home.
Damion?
Damion!
You're in
Why?
pieces. What happened?
Oh,
No.
No, actually, wait. First
I
and
must do it.
foremost, I'm super skilled witch now, so let me help you out for one. Damion had something else, but I'm sure frenzy trying to gather up the falling limbs, I quite catch what they said. No organs lying on, I guess it could be worse. Like a snake, Damion managed to wiggle out from under the table by the time I'm done my scavenging hunt.
Alright.
Okay, the limbs check, needles check, misplaced confidence check. We're about to begin the
work
surgery,
hard.
doctor.
Stitch!
I set Damion's appendages where I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be, and reignite the incantation. With proper pitch this time. Take these parts not cut asunder, patch them into a thing of wonder.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Jack, this is absolutely mortifying.
No way.
Don't you sorry me, you've been really careful about keeping up your repairs, which makes it even weirder that something like this happened in the first place. My thoughts traveled back to a previous conversation and the small details they had relayed about their past. Damion said people used to bully them.
Wait.
I know what it looks like. Did someone break in and hurt my sweet Damion?
That's
I know
nice.
that face is not what you think.
Damion.
What do you mean? What happened?
It was my fault.
I was doing all these repairs because I knew I was starting to. It's not anyone's fault but mine. What are you talking about? My magic is weakening. Your magic's weakening? I tilt my head so far to the side that my neck popped.
Remember?
Remember when I told you that I had to replace my parts a lot? There's only one thing that I've kept since I was made.
Well,
Is that the machine?
Yes.
Yeah. The machine, my heart,
Well,
is what stores the magic that makes up, well, me. My maker could never create for me a living heart. Thanks to the machine keeping me together, I was allowed to exist for as long as I have. But it started to sputter lately. And no matter how lightly I stitch everything, my heart stops for just a second. This happens. Damion nods, the guilt clear on his face.
I can't.
On their face. Mr. West said that it may happen sooner rather than later, and offered me a replacement heart for free. But I can't.
Huh?
Can't? What do you mean you can't,
Why?
Damion? At this rate, you'll...
But
I know. I know, but I'm scared. Jack, my heart is everything I ever was, and everything I will be. My maker, his only creation that lived, Damion tears up, and the needle seems to almost end, so I pull them into a hug, tighter one that I can muster. They apologize, as they always do, and bury their head into my shoulder. It's the last thing that's still me, Jack. If I lose it, you'll still be Damion.
Huh?
Damion.
Damion, you need to take that replacement. I know you're scared, but disappearing is even more terrifying. I cannot bear to lose you. But what if you still lose me?
What
if I don't remember you?
I will.
Then I'll do all the remembering for you. I'll show you everything all over again, every last drop. Because you'd still be in the world to see it with me.
Please.
Please promise me if I pass my exams, we'll go together and replace your heart.
Okay.
As long as you're there, I promise.
All
Great.
right.
I wipe the corner of my eyes where the tear had begun to bubble. The back of my wrist and give a weary smile. Because I think I just stitched our shirt collars together. Leaning up against someone when the needle at work isn't a great idea after all. Damion laughed. At any occasion I was having disappears. I glanced over the spellbook stacked to the table. With so much at stake now, I really have to give it all. Give it my all. So, it's the 27th. Did I go work, I guess? Today I went to work. Nothing happened, I earned my pocket money. Thanks.
Come again.
Thanks, doll. Come see us again soon. The instant the last two customers leave, Carmilla hummed, cheerful to herself, and knocks the front door for lunch. I'm about to take the first bite of my burger when she turns to me with a sort of smug side of it.
I'm parched.
We worked hard this morning, did we? I'm most positively part. I stare at it with my open mouth, a very appealing sight before slamming it shut. Part? Oh, hold on. I'll grab your lunch for you. We can eat together. I look underneath the counter. In the case, they left a bag, but there was nothing. Quickly, I race back. There isn't anything in the icebox either. As I return, Carmilla eyes me full of amusement. Did you forget your lunch today? Seems so.
Whatever shall I do?
I look back at my own lunch. A leftover burger from last night's supper and a bottle of milk. I guess I could go half-seas.
Well,
If you need, you can have some of mine. I thrust an unopened bottle towards Carmilla. But she immediately takes a step back like it's minced garlic, which I'm pretty sure it's not. What gives? Oh, thank you, dear. Milk is not quite to my taste. It never really satisfies me, you know. She smiles gently and saunters over to me. When I look into her eyes, I see the same spark as when she looks over at customers. It's chilling. I know what she's doing, but her voice is so hypnotic it almost causes my heart to skip a beat.
Bud?
My darling little witch, do you know what would satisfy a thirsty vampire, yes? Bud? If it's bad enough that you'd want to enthrall me, I guess I could give you some of mine, but you owe me. And better not hurt. Oh, sweet Jack, you're always so full of surprises. Even when you knew what it was I was up to. Oh goodness, I feel a little embarrassed. She glances away and twirls her hair around her index finger. Well, we're friends, and you're always helping me out, so I think it's the least I can do.
My dear.
You're so kind, not to mention 100% right. I swear to you that I shall only take the tiniest bit. Give me your hand, please. I do exactly as she asks, and with one of her satisfying little hues, Carmilla kneels before me and takes my hand. She gently presses her lips to the back of my palm. I feel a little pinch for just a moment, and then nothing. Nothing but a little dizziness. Carmilla lifts her head and licks her lips before removing a handkerchief from her sleeve. She carefully wraps around my hand. A red berry with notes of chocolate and cream. You certainly like sweets, don't you? You can tell that from my blood?
I have experience.
I have an experienced palate for such things.
I suppose.
If you're truly curious, I suppose I could give you a hint of my own. Few
Of
things
course.
upon the earth are quite as energizing as fresh blood when you have acquired the taste, of course. She does look like she has a lot to get up and go, but drinking blood? I couldn't drink blood. Never. I'm sorry, Carmilla. Well, since you're able to answer so enthusiastically, I suppose you must not need it. Despite her trooper tone, she seems a little, I don't know, disappointed?
At any rate.
At any rate, I do know you less physical means of absorbing energy. It may not be as effective as blood, but it should provide a pick-me-up for a pin.
Oh,
You mean like draining psychic energy? I wiggle my fingers spookily at Carmilla. She shakes her head, smiling briefly. Something like that, yes. A spell called Leech Life.
yeah.
The Pokemon Boo? That sounds ominous. But let's get to learning.
I'll teach you.
Alright, darling, I'll teach you how to cast Leech Life. Carmilla spends the rest of our break instructing me how to steal energies indirectly. It's a bit simple progress. All you have to do is lock eyes with your target after casting the spell, and you'll slowly drain their enemy. Nice energy, nice and straightforward. Not even I could mess this up. By having the chance to touch it though, after she showed me, Carmilla wouldn't even look at me. That awkward silence stretches between us for what seems like forever. Shortly after our break, a customer finally shows up and they're wearing a mean face that spells business. Hey, I want to return this. I blink quietly and tap the small box next to the counter sheepishly.
Well,
We have a no returns policy on every product in the store. Sorry. Why does that matter? My spell didn't work. I demand to see your manager. Our eyes meet and we sort of stare at each other. It takes me a second to gather my nerve, but I decide to put what I've learned to good use.
light bleach.
Slowly the man shores to sink, and I feel a bit of energy gradually wake me back up. Thankfully, about 5 minutes he shakes his head and wobbles off without a word.
Yes.
Nightshade wins. As I fist pump into the air, I catch her smiling at the corner of her eye. But then I go to look again and she seems to have finished. Too unprofessional. Or maybe I should be careful with this spell as she told me to. Not like I'm going to be leeching out the answers to the Halloween exams anytime soon. So, I guess I should learn some other spell. Do I have to do them in order? I guess so. I guess I'll learn from zero.
I'm sorry.
I have to apologize, Jack. I always thought you were thoughtless, bumbling, double-may-care airhead slob.
0.
One objective at a time, please. But it seems like maybe deep down you're actually a responsible person. Yes, praise me some more. Very,
Maybe.
very deep down. Carefully, I climb the ladder, a pail of cleaning equipment in my hand. How was Damion injured so badly? They said that they were trying to clean the top shelf of this cupboard, but while on the ladder, one of their joints gave out suddenly.
Ouch.
Ow. Yeah. I sigh, it's rare for things to happen to Damion. They're not even a glut, so I'm pretty worried.
Oh, now?
I'm pretty sure Damion will come home in tip-top shape after surgery at the human shop.
Right.
So am I. And I want to give Damion a big surprise when they get back. We'll find this place spick and span. Not even a single crumb of a newt to be found.
Are you sure?
I think that's very kind of you. Only are you sure you'll be fine? What do you mean? You're barely keeping
I
your
remind
balance on top of that rickety ladder, while holding a mop in one hand and a pail of soapy water in the other.
Well,
Series of tasks that should be challenging for a trained acrobat.
Right.
I am. Amazingly talented, aren't I? Don't actually trip and
Don't.
fall. Oh, you're such a worrywart, Zero. I tiptoe the most absurd rung, straining to reach the corner of the cupboard shelf with my mop.
The incomparable.
No accident could possibly happen. The one that only eat cockroach. Watch out!
careful!
I flinch away from the creepy crawler, seamlessly lose my balance.
Huh?
For one dizzy mode, I am free falling, and then unsafe force catches me midair. Huh? I'm floating? I float up in mid-air in a visible wave, as my mop and pail on either side of me. Slowly the force embeds its way, setting me and my mop and pail gently on the floor. My brain rattles inside my skull as I recover from the fall.
Well,
What happened? Thank goodness I caught you in time. You startled me to death. But Zero, you're a poltergeist. Unless you want to turn into one too, don't do something so... Wait, that's it. I'm an idiot. I should have taught you telekinesis. Teleca what?
That's right.
It's a poltergeist spell that allows you to move physical objects about, like slamming into doors, into empty rooms, breaking plates, plunging cosmetic boxes and spawns, or catches witches falling from ladders. Precisely. Or controlling a mop and pail into cleaning the cupboard, without needing to hold them yourself.
can you teach
Oh, that sounds useful. Teach me, Zero.
Pay attention.
Alright, prepare yourself, Jack. I'm going to teach you how to cast telekinesis. Spell acquired.
telekinesis?
Inch by inch, the mop and the pail rise from the ground like zombies from the cave. Dip and mop into the pail, take the mop out. Not bad.
Da-dee-da.
Wipe, wipe, wipe the mop from the shell. The spell, such as telekinesis, concentration is absolutely key. How strange. It's a round button-like thing. The instant you lose it, it's moving, it's moving. The spell breaks. A cockroach, it flies, Zero, it's flying. The mop and the pail and small brown creature whirl through the room before propelling up and out of the open window.
Telekinesis.
Zero catches the mop right before it lands on my head, and a look of relief crosses my face beautifully. Telekinesis isn't the easiest spell to cast, especially when you're casting it for the first time. And being frightened of flying cockroaches. That too, but you're quite clever. Shall we try again? An hour under Zero's turbulence, I use my telekinesis to clean, not just the cupboard, but every nook and cranny of the kitchen.
Yes.
There, when Damion returns, Jack, come home.
Yeah.
They're back.
I...
Can I say I'd like to see the look of surprise on their face too?
Of course.
Of course, thanks for all your help, Zero.
Apologies.
Sorry I caused a mess in the kitchen earlier due to my accident. I'm gonna clean it up right away, don't worry.
Oh,
Jack and Zero, what are you doing? Why is the kitchen so...
Damion.
Damion! Just another moment.
just a moment.
What's taking them so long? Damion, do you need some help? My questions get very obvious answers when Damion appears near the top of the stairs with a large stack of books in their hand. Can they even see over that pageant, ma'am?
Apologies.
Apologies, Jack. I just wanted to make sure I had brought... Oh! Eek. I rush over as Damion tips over their feet, but it's too late. They go over the banister and tumble on the stairs, landing in a heap of broken limbs on the floor.
Damion.
Speak to me.
No.
I dig through the books, but they don't move. Damion, are you...
Oh.
Don't get me accused of murder. It's okay, I'm still alive.
Huh?
The grunt demon stands themselves back up, dusts the unseen dirt off the clothes. There wasn't even a scratch on them. Huh? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't need to make such a mess. I'll clean it, wait.
Are
Feeling
you
alright? You're quite pale. Dan. I cry crocodile tears and throw my arms around their neck to emphasize the horrible crimes against my sanity. They tense a bit at first and wrap their arms around me not long after.
Don't you know?
Don't worry. Me like that ever again. I almost had to imagine my life in dungeons.
Thank you.
Thanks for your concern.
Yes.
You bet.
But
But that looked really nasty fall. It's a miracle you're so standing right now. Oh, it's not a miracle. It's a magic spell. Undestructible. Yeah, when I was
Yes.
created, my maker took measures to assure no harm would come to my person. Now the capital wow. If you're interested, I can teach you part of it. It'd be perfect for you.
all right.
Count me interested. Wonderful.
Excellent.
Now, I won't have to worry so much. What was that again?
It's
Nothing.
Watch closely.
Watch
please.
closely, please, Jack. I tried to teach you how to cast Indestructible.
Indestructible.
Suddenly, a swelling feeling takes hold of me and then dies down. I don't feel much different from before. Of course, other than the sudden urge to perform immediate and daring feats to test my new capabilities, I grip both fists and hold them up front my chest for an
Alright!
Okay, I've got it right. So I'll take this stack of books to the top of the stairs and throw myself down.
Don't.
I think absolutely not. What do you mean? That wasn't the book, what the books were for?
Of course not.
No goodness, of course not.
Well,
Those are books about magic there. If you really want to test it that here,
Wait.
I'll get you something. Don't you dare jump
do
down
it.
those stairs.
Yes!
Yes, my liege, I oblige, my liege. Damion cast me a doubtful glance before walking away. A few seconds later, they emerged with a wooden plank.
okay.
Please recast the spell and try punching this as hard as you can. Now we're talking. Probably take some sort of martial arts to break this plank if I didn't have the power of magic of Damion on my side. So I just used a sigil and
Go!
take this heart-shattering comet punch. Crack. My fist goes through it like a hole puncher through a greeting card, and I don't feel a single sting. Damion looks satisfied.
Excellent.
That was excellent. The spell should make you
No.
invulnerable for about 5 minutes each time you cast it. Although,
Although,
you don't have to name your act.
Why?
What do you mean? Naming them is the best part.
The
How else
incomparable,
would people
the
know
one
it's
and only.
uncomfortable to one and only Jack Nightshade doing them? You should try it too. If you say so. Maybe another day. For now I have some books to clean up. Why did I try to bring them so many? Watching as they go to pick up the books scattered across the stairway, I decided to venture over and follow suit. Damion cast me a surprised look. But you don't have to trouble yourself. I know you hate cleaning. It's fine. This is my home tomb after all, and I owe you one for keeping to cast me that spell and all.
thank you.
Thank you. As we work on it together, silence falls upon us and makes me think.
Why?
Why would your maker want you to be indestructible anyway? You're not even a clut. Oh, that's... Well, when I was created, my
Well-
maker was, not well-liked in the neighborhood we lived in. He used to throw things at us, to try to chase us out. They managed to, sometimes.
No way.
What? Those bullies. I roll up my imaginary sleeve and put out the most mean, serious face I can muster. When I'm done with them, it's okay. It was a long time ago those humans have all died already anyway. But that was not... But that was the reason why my maker always said we need to have thick skins to get through life.
Like,
So he made you the most impenetrable of all.
Yes.
I guess so.
but
But as long as you're with me, even if you're not, I'll make sure to protect you.
Thank you.
Thank you, that's very kind of you.
right.
So I hope you can keep smiling without worries, Damion, my sweetest friend in the world. They avert their eyes from my view and slyly slide their hands behind their back.
It's
I'll
not.
try. Okay, 28. Day 28. I guess, what do these candles mean anyway? I guess. I'll make a bunch of purple for no reason. While cleaning the shop, I found a very unique, obviously ancient vase. But is there any other kind? Amazed by the entrance decorations, I took off the shelf for inspection. At the same moment, Carmilla appears out of nowhere and spooked the hell out of me. As soon as I dropped the vase, the shop was shrouded in darkness, and then an evil spirit appeared. I must have the worst luck. Lucky I was able to just stitch the vase back together so the spirit returned to it without causing any trouble. Carmilla was pretty impressed by my quick wits and even sweet-talked Mr. West not deducting my pay for breaking the vase. But she could have done that to begin with, since it was her fault I broke it.
Zero.
You know, Zero. Yes? I've been thinking about how very little I know about you.
That's right.
You know very little about everything. That is why you're such in imminent danger of flunking your exams and getting expelled from Dearmar High. Speaking of which, how far did you progress with tonight's study plan? You've been by my side the whole time. You probably know the answer better than I do. Do I?
Yeah.
In which case, I must warn you that unless you start studying seriously and stop wasting time asking insane questions.
Right.
That's just it. I fold my arms across my chest. Mostly separate the exasperated expression I can muster. Zero isn't escaping this time.
Huh?
Whenever I bring up the topic of your past, you try to deflect and change the subject.
Do I?
Do I? If you know Zero, you're my oldest friend, and I want to know more about you. But if you don't wish to tell me anything, all you have to do is say so, and I'll stop, because I respect your privacy. It isn't a matter of privacy. He lets out a defeated sigh. The reason I don't like to talk about my past is that hardly glamorous. I simply haven't much to talk about.
But
You mean you've been a poltergeist for quite a long time, haven't you? For much too long. My earliest memories were of haunting the north part of the graveyard and the name escapes me. But it was a quaint little English village. I remember the vane of the church steeple out in midday, and the low sad chimes of the church bell, telling the hour of those whom time no longer meant anything. His eyes were hazy like the night sky, as he reminisced about the distant memories of his past. It sounds so peaceful there. He whips his head towards me, my comment having broken him from his trance.
No.
Peaceful. It was so unbearably boring that it drove me out of my mind. One fine night I decided I couldn't stand any longer and left. I went here and there, haunting whatever took my fancy. Lonely wind-swept roads, crumpling desert grasses, dark quainting taverns. Were you fond of those days? Not a bit.
Not a bit.
I was light and free, and at the loss to speak, I drifted aimlessly wherever the wind blew. One new evening I wound up in here, Halloween Town.
Actually,
I hadn't planned to stay any longer than I did anywhere else, but for one reason after another I was able to get around to leaving. Eventually I got used to the idea of living here. Is there anything you missed? Is there anything you missed from when you were... from where you came from?
I forgot.
If there is, I've forgotten. I know I once missed my family and friends and the slow, bitter nights when I was alone, but I can't remember their names or their faces, or what their laughter sounded like.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Don't be. A lot of water has flown under those bridges, and a good thing at that. I gaze into Zero's eyes, looking low and smoldering like embers about to die. Indistinctly I reach out to touch him, but check myself at the last moment. Zero observes this with a sad smile. What does that mean? What does what mean?
Well,
The thing holding you is losing grip. What does that mean?
That means...
It means my memory is weakening in my old age. Which is pardonable since I have been in Halloween Town long before you were born. But you, my dear Jack, are young, and unless your memory starts improving dramatically and with great haste, you will fail your Halloween exams and get expelled from school. Fine, be that way. I turn to my books in a huff. Just a moment to lift my pen, Zero speaks up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. For what? Nothing.
Never mind.
Never mind. We spend the rest of the night companionless silent. I guess we all have purple. Let's go talk to her, I guess. I'm telling you the Zombie Heart is the author of Magnum Opus. A finer story than ever made in history of forever. No! And I tell you it's a load of rubbish. Did we even read the same book? Excuse me, folks, could you perhaps help me? We both look at the elderly gentleman interrupts our debate, which I was totally right about, gesturing towards the haunted sculpture on the top shelf.
Of course.
I immediately turned to pick up my step stool from behind the counter. Here, let me.
I
Oh, there's
can
no
do it.
need, my adorable little servant will fetch it for me. Carmilla puckers her lips and let off a soft whistle. Instantly, a small group of glittering bats swoop from the top of the rafters, gather around her, gleefully spinning. She gestures towards the sculpture, and they cluster, falls upon it in a swarm. They pick up the heavy stone between their little claws and carry it down to Carmilla's waiting hand. Here you go.
Go.
Thank you, young lady. As he received the product, he gives a small nod before counting to browse on the store selection.
Wow.
Whoa, Carmilla, that was amazing. I stare in awe at Camilla's little posse of bats where they flap around her. One even lands on her shoulder and nuzzles against her neck, her cheek. In response, she affectionately pets the top of its head. She's like a spooky Cinderella.
Right.
Adorable darlings, no? I love hearing them mill about. Can you talk to them? Indeed, I can. It's an inherent skill we vampires have, being able to communicate with creatures of the night.
You know?
Essentially, anything that crawls or flaps is a close eye. She presses her index finger and lips and winks.
Wow.
Wow, but I didn't see your eyes glow this time. Are you not controlling them? Why,
Not
Jack?
at all.
Not at all. I would never control a friend.
At any rate.
These are simple creatures that I treat with kindness. Will aid us in our daily lives, as well as dangerous situations. But you call them your servants.
No.
For oomph, my dear.
Now,
This particular family of bats has bonded me for generations. They may as well be my own blood.
I don't.
And we do not subjugate family. The bats swarm closer around her, butting their heads against her arms and hands for pets. She obliges and gently caresses their black fur.
Well,
Is there something I can learn too? I don't see why not. That is assuming I feel like teaching you. Huh? She smirks, saunters over to my side, and lets her words caress my ear. Apologize for your unsightly, moreover wrong opinion from earlier, and perhaps I may consider your request.
You know?
If only to celebrate our newfound sense of taste. Seriously, over the book? Well, I'm definitely right, but wow, suddenly I see the error of my ways and think you were absolutely right. It was complete rubbish.
Right.
Was that so?
right.
I just don't know how I didn't see it earlier, to be honest. You're, as always, you're much wiser than me and oh, so gracious. Please teach me more so that I can be like you one day, Lady Carmilla. A little overacted, my dear, but I'll take it. Though do you remember not to demand services from just anyone? We have a delicate balance in our relationship that we have to uphold, you see.
Now,
If some old outsider started bossing my bats around, I would be obligated to defend them. I would never. I stare at her wide-eyed and hopeful. Perhaps. Phew. I mean, you've been such a great teacher, Camilla. Doubly sincerely.
Right.
If I didn't have you showing me magic, I don't think I'd be able to learn it. You're brilliant in every way imaginable. Camilla barely suppresses a grin. Well, I suppose you can't deny that I've been the best teacher you've ever had.
I'll teach
Alright,
you.
little witch, I'll teach you how to cast Night Creature. Her ego-fed, Camilla spends a few hours teaching me how to create potions that I can summon and communicate with creatures of the night. We start small with a few spiders, then slowly move on to practicing with her bats. It takes up the entire rest of the day at the shop. Still, I barely notice that time passes until a customer rushes in the last minute because of course they would. Not like they have any upcoming exams that are sure to spell bringing impending doom. Excuse me, could you help me reach that skull on top of the shelf?
of course.
Of course, go ahead my dear, now is the perfect time to try out your new skill.
Night creatures!
Spell casts the whistle a small tune from the bats, and like Carmilla showed me. A few flutter over, but they don't even have half the enthusiasm they gave her. Bring me the skull? I point up towards the top shelf and they stare at me unmoving. Sweeter doll. Please? Nothing. Pretty please? Unsure what else to do, I bring a few berries from my lunch and offer it to them. The bats sniff them for a moment and hesitantly accept the fruit. I hinge towards the soap, coaxing them a lot. Eventually they manage to grab the skull, but not with almost dropping it to the floor. Thankfully I stumble towards the nick of the time and catch it and hand it to the customer.
Right.
Here you go. Thanks. And now don't worry, everyone's new at some point. After paying for the item and leaving a pity tip for me, he exits the shop. Once he's gone, I turn to Carmilla with a frown. Big enough that my bottom lip darted out. I don't get it, what did I do wrong? Your approach could have been better, but there's no need to take it personally. I am more familiar with these bats than you are, after all. You need to build a much greater relationship with them to gain the same kind of trust they and I have. She pets one of the bats for instance, smiling down at her companion all the while. I hold out a finger in response. A single bat flutters down and wraps its claws around the middle of it and hangs upside down.
Yeah.
I get it. I smile to myself.
Yes.
We just have to spend more time together.
Da-dee-da.
Nightshade is the best, finding you someone from the rest. I sing quietly to myself as I dust the inside of the human shop, doing my best to keep the wares clean and tidy, which comes to think that wasn't necessary. It's starting to get gross in here, especially the drapery. Just looking at these curtains makes me want to sneeze. I should probably take them outside before I start beating them. 1, 2, 3. I tug them down. A cloud of dust ambushes me as I do so. By the time it clears, there isn't a wall behind the drapery, but an ancient portal framed in gold. A familiar dark-haired woman gazes down at me with an empty yet captivating violet eyes and... Wait a second. Carmilla? Yes, sweetness. I don't hear her approach, so when I whip my head back around to see standing side, I jump with my skin. This is you, right? Not like the great-great-grandmother that also happens to be your doppelganger. Indeed it is. What keen eyes you have. That is a portrait of yours truly. The internally gorgeous Countess of Camilla. Amazing. Your nobility? She folds her arms and raises her brow at me and gives me my chest a small poke with her index finger. I most definitely still am. Of course, my lady. But wait, what is this painting even doing here? She doesn't respond. Rather, when I look over, he's tracing a finger over the limits of the portrait frame. No doubt gathering dust from what era she's been seeing that far off graze.
Well...
Oh, just a minute, oh Countess, the frame is a bit crooked.
Wait!
Don't touch it. I grasp the frame and adjust it according. I do, a scrape of paper falls out from behind the painting. What's this? I lift up the parchment, the faded pencil sketch of a woman with hair that flows like ocean waves and eyes dark as moonlight night. There's something mysterious about her smile that drives me in.
Wow!
What a beauty. Don't touch that.
Touch it!
Before I can react, Carmilla snatches the picture from my hand. Carmilla snatches the picture from my hand with a fury in her eyes and a crease in her brow. A blink taken back and a bit hurt. It's just a drawing, so what's her problem? Unless... A friend of yours? Carmilla sighs, taking her lingering look at the photo and gently runs a finger across the girl's paper cheek.
I suppose...
In a manner of speaking, yes. She was my greatest hunt. I never since pursued a human of her caliber.
Well...
I'm willing to bet there's an impossibly good story behind it all.
Yes.
Oh, there certainly is. It's a glint in her eye. She takes one last look at the portrait. Slowly she rolls it back up with a scream tenderness. I guess I'm not surprised at all the picture is still good condition when she handles it like that.
6 centuries ago.
This little delicacy came forthwell to my manor.
She
She was hoping to hunt me down, revenge for an incident that occurred in her village, unbeknownst that she herself would become my quarry. For months we played a game of cat and mouse, pushing each other to the limit, but never quite gaining the upper hand. Eventually I cornered her in an alleyway. I leaned forward as if sitting on the edge of my seat. And then what? You drank her blood? Nearly to the last drop. Carmilla smiles, and yet something forces her cheer when she speaks. I see her run fingertips along the edge of the page. Until some no-good busybodies arrive to save her. I barely escaped my life that night.
How?
How'd you do it? I outsmarted them, naturally. She flicks her hair off her shoulder with the back of her hand.
You know?
Vampires are apex predators. You should be fully aware by now. When faced against mere mortals, we always come out top. Okay, but if that's all true, why do you look like you're about to cry? Carmilla's jaw hards. Feel like she's about to chew me out. After a long and very awkward pause, she laughs the kind of laugh someone who has resigned themselves to most pitiful fate.
this.
I suppose it isn't easy to hide affairs of the heart from the master matchmaker, is it? You caught me twice today, little witch. I open my mouth to reply, but the pained look on her face brings me to a halt. An unknown sensation starts to build within my chest. With a sigh, she tucks the roll of paper behind the portrait.
My dear.
But Jack, my dear, there are some plots that are not worth digging into. A piece spoken, Carmilla returns to doing inventory, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I guess there's no helping right now, no matter how much I want to be there for her. Okay. $29. Do I need to know all the... spells? Because I don't think that's... What's his color? Was red? If I make all red potions, will there be another thing with him? Nope. Yeah, so... I went to work, nothing special happened. I got money. Some days we don't have a single customer, but on others, well, this happens. Bombarded with questions from all sides, I tried ringing up a customer who kept nagging me because I was in a hurry. When I finally told him the total, he suddenly asked me to get a potion from the shelf on the other side of the store. I decided to scuttle on my hand and sent it to the back room to get what he wanted instead. At the same time, I put his purchase into a bag, and somehow even managed to calculate the rest total by the time the vial was on its way to the register. To my amazement, it was really easy to deal with 4 customers at once using this trick. Mr. West was so impressed by my skill that he increased my pay for the day. Easy piece of pumpkin pie. 29. Break any glass. Let's see, float for a short while, defeats dragons. Cloak yourself in complete darkness, hiding you from sight. Crawl, climb up any surface. I think if I keep going to the work, the wolf guy will show up. Won't he? Nope. Day 30. Went to work, nothing special happened. I make more potions. I don't know. I never met Sphinx before, but quickly realized they were very stingy when it comes to paying full price things, especially enjoyed confusing people. A lot of riddles over transactions. After casting Philosopher, a few dead skulls, I was able to successfully solve every riddle the Sphinx threw at me, but only thanks to their help. In the end, I finally got her to pay full price. Mr. West so proud that he let me have a difference, the Sphinx had to ask for a bonus. I don't want to do any more spells. Finally, the hour of truth is here. I look around the town square, which is filled to the brim with my monstrous classmates and upperclassmen. There are a few familiar faces lingering at the edge, cramming last minute. A few others are nervously asking their crushes for festivals after exams. Always a good sight to see. At the very center of the square is Miss Magnus, stern-faced and serious as ever, waiting the witching hour to finally arrive. Once it does, she'll teleport us to the dungeons where we will face our trials. Close by Miss Through West, who is trying to sell potions to anyone that doesn't look prepared enough. Already got a few minutes left before the exams. Maybe I can do something to help me pass. Help a classmate fall in love. Leech some potions. I have plenty of potions. Sweet talk, Mrs. Magwitch. I guess I'll talk. I use a thrall and try sweet talking Miss Witch to make my exams a bit easier. One of her stress the spell didn't quite do anything. The heavy sigh she lists commends my effort and hands me a few extra potions. It's time. Finally, Miss Magic's voice runs out to the cloud. Remember, your primary goal is to be finding the exit. If you run out of potions, I'll tell you to report back here and it will count as a failure. Now line up. Alright, let's get started. And afterwards, I will hang out with Damion. Afterwards, I will find Damion. I still need to pay the doctor a visit after all. Why is it so dark here? Glow. Shining me through the nightshade, let's go. Finally, there's some light. Let's see, the door looks tightly shut and a lever next to it looks broken. Lever is broke. If I pull this, I will get hurt. Damn these sharp edges. Stitch. I guess telekinesis? I know I can pull it with telekinesis, no need to touch it.
Telekinesis!
There we go, easy piece of pumpkin pie. Whoa, this room is much bigger. Let's see, there seems to be a deep pit over there, I'm not sure I can jump over it. And over there there's a door, but these big rocks block the way. It's a really deep pit, if I fall I'm sure I'll end up mincemeat. So that would have been if I had gotten Hever from Zero. This is a dried up skeleton. Ah, philosophize, I guess. Seems like the buddy has been there for a while. Maybe he can tell me how to move on.
Philosophize!
A bowl of candy, a bag of treats, a dish of tasty sugar sweets. Seems the skeleton has a bowl of candy bombs. Neat, I could blast the rocks away if I got my hands on some. My eyes sparkle with delight as I raise my hand and knock against the cage. Knock knock, trick or treat. For a moment silence reigns. Just as I fear of the bonehead too is ignoring me. Finally moves and pushes the bowl towards the edge of the cage. We are not home for you to scare. Here's a bowl of treats, take one if you dare. Success.
Alright!
I pump my fists in victory as I grab a handful of skull bombs. Okay. I place my bombs here and get the fire torch there. Done. Closing my eyes, not crossing them. And covering my ears, I run to the opposite side of the room and wait. Kaboom. The explosion is barely power enough to rattle the door. But when I open my eyes, the rocks are gone. Alright, next one. I should be halfway through. Eek, a zombie? What did he do? Grow so big? And why is he glaring at me as if I owe him money? Don't tell me he's also an obstacle I have to pass. Engineer perfection. I don't remember what that is. So I don't know if that will help. There's a frog. Leech life. He's a zombie, so he doesn't have life. Intimidate big like him. Engineered perfection. Killing my fingers, I send my fist to meet the zombie. Crack. The grunt, he falls to his knees. Oh, engineered perfection is the big muscle arm, is it? He falls to his knees and unconscious. Yes. Hell yeah. I need to talk to this frog. Such a cute little frog. What's it doing here? Wait, perhaps it can help me.
Gentle giant!
Croak. Hello there, little frog. Do you think you can help me out here? Croak. With enthusiasm, the frog jumps onto me. I stretch out my hand to catch it. Hopping around, it gestures me to get closer to the wall. Is there anything I can do? Just tapping against the brick. Do as it says. As soon as my fingers touches the bricks, a glowing rune appears. Whoa, magic runes. Tap them in the right order? Show me how. After a few minutes of guidance, I finally managed to light up over 60 ruins. Whoa. The wall disappears. Nice. I pet the frog and thank it for the amazing work before releasing it. Now let's move. Is that the Reaper? How on earth did Matt Witch get him here? Behind him seems to be the exit though. Slowly trying my best to not make any noise to sneak past the columns and out of sight. However, I want to reach the door of ghost cold snow. Halt. Eek. That wasn't bad, mortal. But to move the other world, you have to pay for your passage. Aren't you the Reaper? I am. Then why don't you sound like the ferryman? Besides, I'm not dead, and I don't want to go to the other world. No matter, to get out of this room, you need to pay me 220 potions for no matter which color. That's a ripoff. Do you want to pass your exams or not? Alright. Very hesitantly, I hand over a big batch of my hard-earned potions. Luckily, he lets me pass without a second inch. Oh, I passed! I am pleased to announce that once again, love has triumphed. All thanks to the weeks of dedication, hard work of yours truly, the brilliant, the one, the only.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on passing. My spellcasting was perfection. Did you have any doubts? Well... Okay, don't answer that. But you know what this means, don't you?
Yes.
That you invited to spend the Halloween festivals with you, and we should get warm pumpkin cider to celebrate? You look cold. Your cheeks are pink. In reality, it is just that Damion cut my face so gently I forgot how to think. Maybe just a tiny bit. I never turned down an excuse to party. But cider turned into carnival games, and those turned into trying to pair up a couple of cute ghouls with a little help from my handy-dandy partner in Mischief. It became significantly less handily after they lost their left hand in the punch bowl. It wasn't a total mood killer. The situation made for a good excuse to leave the two ghouls alone together. But then the sudden realization hit me, when I was stitching Damion's hand back onto their wrist by lantern light. You've been using your charms to distract me, haven't you? I don't know what you, could possibly mean. That face says you do.
Well...
Oh, you know the fact that certain someone promised me that they would be paying the doctor a visit if I passed my exams? I give their hand a light and comforting touch. Damion, please. You've been falling apart more and more often lately. Yes, but... Before we go see Mr. West tomorrow, there's something that I... It's okay, Damion, what is it? This is gonna sound so selfish in a million different ways, but Jack, I'm... Just in case anything happens, well, I want you to know that I like you a lot. Huh? Did I hear that right? My eyes widen to some vocation as my heart begins to try to beat its way right out of my chest. No, I mean... in like a friend way. And maybe also more than just that. And oh gosh, I'm messing this up so bad. Oh, Damion, you're not. But my point is, even if I forget, there's nothing of me left. You're just like the moon to me. I think whoever places me would still see your beauty, even at a distance. Hold it. Don't think you can distract me with cheesy stuff again. What I have, I always said. I'm sorry. I know that I always be Damion to you. But what if you're not Jack to me? What if... I grab Damion's lips and kiss the concern right over his rambling mouth. Oh. We're not ready to handle my weight and we both end up falling. But once they land on the floor, I feel their lips smile against mine. Our kiss only lasts for a while longer, but I swear I could stay in that moment forever.
Oh.
And that's what I think of that. Now stop assuming the worst. We're in this together now. You don't have to keep trying to do everything all by yourself. You have me after all.
Yes.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. I stand up to go pull Damion off their freshly repaired hand with me, but something seems different. Probably the fact that I'm the one trying to pull up isn't making any effort on their part. Are you feeling okay? They stare at me, visibly shocked. I don't think I need a new heart anymore.
Huh?
What, you just... Damion cups both my hands in theirs, placing it firmly against their chest. The place where the ribcage meets their clothing is oddly warm. there's something else too. It's faint, but I can feel it. It's my heart. It's beating.
Yes.
It sure is. Damion throws their arms around me and something between a tackle and a hug, and we nearly fall over again. I might have laughed, but I'm too stunned by, well, everything.
But how?
But how? You said it was a machine.
And that your maker couldn't create a living heart, didn't you?
It was magic too.
Ooh. My maker
My
was...
maker was an alchemist and a magician both.
Okay.
He was brilliant, but when trying to make a living thing, a human, I think he must have forgotten the most critical thing of all.
And that was...
Something only the best matchmaker in Dwemermere High could show me how to find.
They pause and look at me. Their gleaming blue eyes if they were only me and them in this world. True love.
True love.
The end. You have unlocked Damion's ending, a heart in the making. Aw. That was really cute. I think if I were to play it again, I might try getting Lawrence. I think he was my second favorite, but I think he was harder to get because he didn't have, like, you can just go to the spells to get him. And also, I really like her. I think Zero was probably my least favorite. Sorry to Zero. This game is free on Steam. Check out the link below if you want to play it for yourself. Thanks for watching.